Good evening from Elan Memorial Field. I'm Cody Beers, joined by Elan, Ollif, and are you going to be in on this?
I am. I'm right here on a mic.
Mr. Kansas.
Remember, I'm the one who can keep track of a count while doing anything.
Hey, welcome aboard to broadcast number 8 here in Powell. It's the Class A American Legion State Tournament, and we're looking forward to a good one here, as it's the Lovell Mustangs in winner's bracket play. They will take on the defending state champion, Powell Pioneers, and tonight's pitchers. First for Powell, it'll be Cade Queen. Powell, the visiting team tonight. Cade Queen, the reigning player of the year in Class A. He'll go up against probably the best pitcher for Lovell in Tucker Jackson. So we'll see how things go. It's Powell and Lovell. It's Eastern Park County against Western Bighorn County. These guys are 22 miles. Well, they're a little bit further than that, about 25 miles apart. It's going to be a good one, right, Elan?
Yeah, absolutely. And Lovell and these guys actually, it was a 1-3 regular season conference game series in favor of Powell during the season this year. So Lovell has gotten the better of them at times. Maybe they actually swept them in the first conference doubleheader. I'll actually double check on that. But Powell and Lovell, these two teams go back all year. Yeah, Lovell actually swept them in the first conference doubleheader in Lovell on June 21st, 4-3, 10-8, and then the Pioneers won the second doubleheader, swept them 14-6, 14-7. So the rubber match couldn't be at a more opportune and perfect time.
Teams like to play the same type of baseball. Powell's got the big four seniors, and Lovell, they're fairly young. They're usually young, but it'll be interesting. These teams know everything about each other. Mike Jameson, Jason Borders have coached together for years. Jameson was a head coach here. Borders was his assistant. They moved to Lovell, and it was the same matchup over there. They've spent a lot of hours on the bus together. They know how each other ticks, how each other thinks, and these players know each other too. Tonight, it's Lovell and Powell in the winner's bracket game, and the Cody Cubs await tomorrow night at 7 o'clock the winner. And you want to play that winner's bracket game tomorrow, because the winner of that gets a spot in the state championship game.
Yep.
This is the pregame show, and this production brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. And we're proud to be on mylocalradio.com. We'll be back. This is our first break. It's Powell and Lovell next from Elan Memorial Field in Powell.
I buckle up because I think about my family and how important it is to know that I'm going to be coming back home to them safely.
My reason for buckling up is that I value safety in my life, and I want to make sure I'm there for years to come for my children.
My reason for buckling up is to get home to my dog.
I buckle up because my wife thinks it's a safe thing to do, and I have 2 beautiful little boys to go home to every night, and I just think it's too important not to get thrown out of a vehicle if you have a rollover accident.
I think about my dad when I buckle up. He lost his best friend from not wearing a seatbelt, so I always make sure to wear my seatbelt so he doesn't lose another best friend.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Let's stop into Mountain West Business Solutions to see what Randy and the team are up to today. Randy is printing out testimonials from satisfied customers. Let's see what some of them say.
Bar none, the best customer service in the industry.
Mountain West has been perfect for our business needs.
We simply could not survive as a business without Mountain West Business Solutions.
For all your equipment, printing, and software solution needs, Mountain West Business Solutions. 866-583-9925.
Oh, welcome back to Ed Lynn Memorial Field.
Maybe we're not going to.
I was like looking at you like,
whoa.
You gonna say something there?
I didn't hear anything. So
breaking news: My Local Radio has cut the contract of Cody Beer short.
Boy, that'd be rough. That'd be rough. It's Powell and Lovell tonight in the winners bracket game, Sunday night baseball, and we're here for the call. Winner of this game plays the Cody Cubs, who got out of that last game 5-4, and man, that was just a great baseball game all the way around.
Every game
Jace,
we've
what'd
seen.
you think?
It's great. It was great. I think here's the.
Jeez, that was pitiful.
Someone was talking. It was 5-4 was the final score. Here's the thing that I like to notice about that. Casper is for sure a very, very big threat to come out here and win this whole thing. They looked very solid in that entire game. And listen, I think you just chalk that game up to just the pitching that Cody has. But from now on out, it's going to be a lot harder for Cody going forward, whether they play Powell, whether they play Lovell. And if you think about it, with Powell not throwing Brock Johnson tonight, if they're able to win, we can kind of assume what they're going to do tomorrow against Cody.
Yeah, because that was the one thing that Coach Borders and I think Powell, if they could do differently this season, would be win that winner, the 2-0 game, because last year they lost it fairly one-sided to Cody, and that's why they had to win 2 games on day 5 in order to win the state title last year. So I think they want to avoid that.
Gentlemen and baseball fans,
our schedule tomorrow will be Torrington and Casper at 1 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, it'll be Evanston facing the loser of this game. And then the winner of this Lovell Powell game will take on Cody at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So make sure you're turning in to mylocalradio.com. We'll go over the lineups first for the homestanding Lovell Mustangs here at the Powell Field.
That's weird.
Powell lost the flip. Leading off at second base, it will be Jacob Bischoff. At shortstop, the all-everything athlete for the Lovell Mustangs, Carlos Rodriguez. On the mound tonight, it'll be Tucker Jackson. Behind the plate, Cash Wasmer. At third base, batting 5th, it'll be Alex Hedges. Batting 6th, it'll be Leif Files, last night's winning pitcher for Lovell. Blake Wilson in right field, he'll bat 7th. Kyle Wilson will be at first base, he'll bat 8th. And Matthew Newman will be in center field, he'll bat 9th. As I said, on the mound for Lovell, Tucker Jackson will take the place of pitchers before him. For Powell, it'll be Brock Johnson at shortstop, Ethan Welch at third base, Cade Queen on the mound, he'll pitch, batting 3rd. Trey Stenerson in center field. Jet Schwan will be catching. Cole Foskey in right field. Dalton Wurstel, and we found out he's got the best hair of any Powell Pioneer. He'll bat 6th and play right field. 7th and play in left field. Aiden Greenwald, last night's starter for Powell, is at first base. And Jordan Laura at second base. Those are your starting lineups for Powell and Lovell. We'll take a second break. We'll come back. This is a production of Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, brought to you by mylocalradio.com.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelos has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelos also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelos is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road. Covelos Auto Farm Service.
There are 3 things you can always be sure of when you get your tires from Freeway Tire in Evanston. First, they offer a price match guarantee on any published price. Second, whether you're driving across the state for a sporting event or you're just driving around town, you can feel confident knowing that you have top quality tires that have been installed by tire experts. And third, you're always appreciated by the owners and staff at Freeway Tire. It's reflected in the friendly service you receive every time you visit. Freeway Tire, quality tires and great service. Stop in today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
In the past, when you needed a crown, it took multiple appointments and a mouthful of goop to create a mold of your teeth. Those days are gone. Bear River Dental has equipment that gets your crown done in one appointment.
So this is the scanner for our same-day crowns, and as you can see, we go through, we scan it, and then we're able to design exactly what your crown's going to look like, and then we send that to the mill, and it's going to cut it out. It's going to look just like it's shown on the screen.
The same-day crown machine builds your new crown for a perfect fit. Same-day crowns are one of the many services offered at Bear River Dental in Evanston. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back, Ed Lynn Memorial Field. Good crowd inside this field tonight. Probably 500-600 people down the right field line. Left field line, not as many spectators gathering for Lovell, but I would venture to guess here in the stands, 400 or 500 people. It's a good crowd tonight, partisan crowd for the Powell Pioneers, of course, but this should be a good one as these two rivals have split 4 games this year, and I'm not sure Powell was at full strength in those first 2 games, but it'll be interesting because Mike Jamison coached Lovell team plays smart fundamental baseball, just as you see when you see the Powell Pioneers play. They're literally carbon copies of each other, maybe 1A and 1B between these two coaches. Longtime friends, and they probably have not talked today.
Yes.
We'll see what each coach tries to pull out of their hat. It was fun talking to Jason today when you guys were calling that game, because he admitted, he said, I was totally in shock last night. I was so into pregame preparations, and then they called me out for the Hall of Fame. He said I just lost it. Started crying like a baby, and he did. I mean, it
means a lot to him.
He had to get his head back on his shoulders before the first pitch.
That might, yeah. I mean, here's where this gets really interesting. These two managers know each other. These two teams know each other. You're not going to do anything you normally do that's going to catch them by surprise. But is there going to be a moment from one of these managers where they do something that they haven't done all year, that they've been preparing to launch in this type of situation, because these two teams, these two managers, these two programs, they do know each other so well.
You talk about players leaving it all on the line. That also applies to managers as well. I'm sure there's some tricks up pretty much every coach's sleeve right now that they're just waiting for the right time to pull out, and maybe this is the game.
Well, and why not do it in a game like this in front of your home crowd? Biggest crowd of the season here at Ed Lynn Memorial Field, as we get ready for the grounds creepers to finish getting things ready. And they're working on that third base, which got knocked out in the last game, and not sure if it was damaged or not, but they're trying to dig out that center hole that base slips into. These are not breakaway bases, but that's exactly how it functioned after that slide by Casper.
Cody, yesterday the feeling around the ballpark during this night game was excitement. It was fun. It's the opening ceremonies. It's all that. Tonight feels intense. It feels like playoff baseball. It feels like there is some real stakes here tonight.
Well, and the only people more tense than I think the players are having fun, but the coaches, they're feeling it, and that person standing last in concessions line, he's feeling it too. He's stressed out. There's a big line down there waiting for hot dogs and big deal pickles.
I'd venture to say that probably about 60% of the population of Powell is here.
This is cool.
This is awesome.
I don't know where you park tonight, but
in the parking lot.
You park out here where
your
windshield gets
where
broken.
Else do you park?
Ouch. Well, your parking lot, I'm guessing. Can you see over that wall?
Yeah.
There's cars
all around this ballpark.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the fire engine show up with the flag yet, but
they're going to burn a pea into the center field.
Chris Rhodes going to be calling the plate tonight in this game. We'll have I believe he's from Powell, the Powell umpire at first base, and last game's home plate umpire Chris Leathers will be at third base. The blue is wearing gray tonight.
The blue is wearing gray.
That's much like the sky has been the last couple days. But we're just kind of killing time as we get ready for game time. I'm guessing at 7:20, we're running about 20 minutes late. They'll have a coaches meeting now with the managers. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the first pitch. This is a production of Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, brought to you by mylocalradio.com.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uinta County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Coaches meeting is complete as
game 8
we'll see if they announce starting lineups.
Tournament. We'd like to introduce the lineups
Looks
for
like we
tonight's
are
game. Our starting lineup. First of all, for
we're going to just let them do it here. Okay.
The Powell
Here's your
Pioneers.
public address announcer, Mr. Schwann, Chet Schwann's
Starting
dad.
at shortstop, number 15, Brock Johnson. Starting at third, number 1, Ethan Welch. Pitching tonight's game will be number 25, Cade Queen. In center field, number 20, Trey Stederson. Behind the plate catching, number 2, Jet Schwann. In right field, number 14, Cole Foskey. In left field, number 6, Dalton Wurstow. Playing first, number 22, Aiden Greenwald. And at second base, number 7, Jordan Laura. Substitutes, number 13, Jacob Gibson. Number 19, Trevian Solberg. Number 21, Devin Kokler. Number 23, Brenton Henke. Assistant coach, Corey Ostermiller, and the head coach is Jason Borders, your Powell Pioneers. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Lovell Mustangs. At second base, number 13, Jacob Bischoff. At shortstop, number 21, Carlos Rodriguez. Pitching is number 19, Tucker Jackson. Catching is number 1, Cash Wassemer. At third base, number 30, Alex Hedges. In left field, number 15, Leif Files. In right field, number 42, Blake Wilson. At first base, number 32, Kyle Wilson. And the center fielder, number 2, Matthew Newman. Substitutes are number 4, Cole Jolly. Number 5, Aiden Walker. Number 10, Jack Farrow. And number 34, Rocco Rail. The Mustangs are coached by Mike Jameson. At this time, we'd like to have the players and coaches repeat the code of sportsmanship. Please repeat after me. I will keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul a clean mind, and a healthy body. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, baseball fans, let's play ball.
At Lynn Memorial Field here on a Sunday night, winners bracket game between the Lovell Mustangs, who come in 23-23-2 on the season. Their pitcher tonight, Tucker Jackson. They'll face the Powell Pioneers, 43-19 on the season. Both of these teams won last night. It was Lovell with a big win over Torrington, 13-3, and Powell came from behind to beat Gillette, 10-4. Games today: Evanston 5, Sheridan 3. Evanston will play the loser of tonight's winners bracket game between Powell and Cody. Cody beat Casper 5-4 in a thriller, and we were glad that Jace Andrews was on that call. That was a barn burner of a game, and we expect much of the same tonight as Lovell and Powell meet. And the winner of tonight's game plays Cody tomorrow at 7. We've got music playing. We got a huge crowd. It's time for American Legion Baseball in Powell, Wyoming, as Lovell takes its final timeout or final warm-ups, and the field looks beautiful. We're ready to play some baseball. A slight breeze blowing out of the northwest tonight, but it's not even blowing compared to last night. Elan Ollif on the call. We've got a humid night, perfect for baseball in the summer. Elan, got any predictions?
None.
Any thoughts about this matchup?
A lot of thoughts. I mean, thoughts I can give you. Predictions, I got nothing for you. This is two teams that they do it, let's just say it this way. Both of these two teams, they do it the right way. And you love watching two teams like this go head-to-head. It does feel a little bit like Powell is the present of Single A West, and Lovell, with how talented they are and how much they have coming back, they're the future. It feels like that this could be just kind of a part of their step, as part of their ascension at some point. But right now, it's all about the Lovell or the Powell Pioneers, and rightfully so.
Tucker Jackson on the hill, game 1, pitch 1, and a foul to the screen by Brock Johnson. This is actually game 5 between these two teams this year. They've split 2 games each. And Jackson will step up on the mound. On deck, Ethan Welch, Cade Queen waiting in the hole. Next pitch called strike 2, 0-2 count on Brock Johnson. So Johnson hugging that inside part of the plate. High, ball 1.
Tucker Jackson was the one who pitched the Mustangs into the number 3 seed at the third place game at the district tournament last week.
Jackson kicks, fires over the head of Brock Johnson.
He went two innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks to 1 strikeout. So
2-2 count. Jackson kicks, fires high. They'll ask for an appeal. They say no, he did not go. Count goes full.
That was the right call.
Powell leadoff hitter.
Pulled the back before it really crossed. Kept it on his shoulder.
Full count. Payoff pitch on the way from Jackson. Line drive up the middle, and it'll scoot through for a single. Powell with the early offense. A single by the leadoff hitter, Brock Johnson.
You know, when Brock Johnson hits, you usually think about them going over the fence or that monster home run he hit in the state championship game last year. But that's just a smart piece of hitting there. Take the ball, turn it back to where it came from, get your leadoff man on.
Ethan Welch steps in for Powell. Welch last night went 0 for 3, struck out 3 times against Gillette.
We are right up against that speaker. Apologies if you're having a hard time hearing us over the walk-up music.
Tucker Jackson in the stretch, delivers pitch 1 and taken off to second easily with the stand-up after the wild pitch. It's Brock Johnson into second. Count goes 1-0 on Ethan Welch.
Johnson, of course, the reigning state tournament MVP from last year.
The reigning player of the year waits on deck in Cade Queen, tonight's pitcher for the Pioneers.
I'd imagine he's probably going to defend that title as well.
Jackson comes set, pitch on the way to Welch, fouled back to the screen. Strike 1. So count goes 1-1 on Ethan Welch. Powell wearing their black uniforms, orange numbers trimmed in white pants with the button-over pockets that Jason Borders absolutely adores when he orders uniforms. His team's been wearing those type of pants for years. Never asked him why.
You should.
Pickoff attempt back to second. Johnson already dirty out there.
What a surprise.
Leading off second. Jackson comes set, looks toward Brock Johnson at second. Here's the pitch. Welch pulls back the bunt attempt. They'll try to throw to second. Boy, and they nearly got Brock Johnson, but he dislodged the base, and I have never heard of somebody getting called out when the base dislodges. That's the second base we've seen come undone. Now that second base is a breakaway base. Save your ankles. 2-1 count on Ethan Welch. Jackson's pitch fouled to the screen. It was a bunt attempt by Ethan Welch. Want to try to jump up early on the Mustangs if you're the Pioneers. 10th pitch coming up already for Tucker Jackson. He'll come set. Welch right on the inside of the box. Ground ball out toward Jackson. He'll go off his glove. They'll throw to first. It's offline. Johnson thought about going home, did not. Had a throwing error.
Next up for the Pioneers, number 25, Cade
on the pitcher. Unofficially, of course. Brock Johnson goes to third, and man, we have got serious walk-up music. Feel like I'm in the pit.
Yeah.
At a rock concert.
All right.
You know what the pit is, right?
I know what it is.
That's what American Legion Baseball is all about. There's a young fan down there with a massive Powell Pioneers sign that he made himself. That's how much this team means to this community.
Oh, it's huge. It's very huge. First and third situation already for Powell. Jackson will bring the pitch, and a called strike on Cade Queen. Interesting conversation I had with Jason Borders today. He said, we led the state in home runs, Cody. This Powell team packs power. Second pitch goes high and outside, ball 1.
Well, they definitely led the regional or district tournament in home runs.
Brock Johnson at third, Ethan Welch at first.
6 home runs in their first game alone.
Jackson comes set. Pitch coming to Cade Queen. He got jammed. He'll foul it back to the screen. Strike 2. If you don't think the adrenaline isn't running right now for the Pioneers.
You can feel it in the ballpark right now.
Throw over to first. Big man playing first today for Lovell, Kyle Wilson. He's all of 6'6". Please don't message and tell me he's 7 foot. Jackson comes set. Queen awaits. Big cut. Strike 3.
That is a huge pitch for Tucker Jackson to get out of that.
That was mono on mono right there.
And when you play these two teams play together so much, you're not intimidated by those matchups, and that's something that is going to make this game so intriguing. Is these two teams are so familiar with each other.
Jackson got him with the high cheese, pepper jack variety. First pitch from Jackson, big cut, fouled left side by Stennerson. Strike 1.
When you face the state player of the year 5 times, it becomes a little less of a big deal.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, you also played against him all the time. And B, you knew that guy when he became.
Stennerson with the big hit into left center. It's going to go all the way to the wall. We'll see. Ethan Welch coming around. Already Brock Johnson has scored. It's going to be a 2-run double for Trey Stennerson. Powell Panthers strike early and quick.
Oh, boy.
You had to think that was going to happen, considering yesterday they didn't get out to the early start. You're at home. You're the host team. You got a huge crowd on tap tonight. You had to expect them to start fireworks, especially being the first up.
Well, as you mentioned, they kind of came out not the way they wanted to on opening night. This is the Powell Pioneers team that's favored to win the state championship, the one that we're seeing right now.
Often that hardest game to win is the first game. You're on edge. You've been waiting for this your whole senior season. This will be pitch number 18 from Tucker Jackson. Pitch on the way goes low, and Schwann pulls his foot out. He said, man, I just got bit there by a reptile. Stennerson at second. Big lead. Ball 1 on Schwann. Middle part of this lineup was huge last night down the stretch. There's Jackson's pitch. Inside, got Schwann to go with it. Counts 1-1 now with 1 out.
That's the second night in a row Stennerson has had a huge RBI double.
Going to play wide receiver at Chadron State. One of the best receivers regardless of class in the state of Wyoming last year. Tucker Jackson comes set. Pitch on the way. Big cut by Schwann. Got a little bit of bat on that ball. Strike 2.
Speaking of one of the best football players in the state, Jet Schwann going to be quarterback at Rocky Mountain College in Billings.
He's afraid of nothing. When he was even smaller, he was afraid of nothing. Not even afraid of a rattlesnake. 1-2 count, coming. 1 out. Hit swiftly towards shortstop. Rodriguez will throw over to first for the second out. Stennerson's got to stay.
Next up for Powell, number 14, Cole Foskey.
Second out of the inning for the Powell Panthers, and now we'll get Cole Foskey. Foskey, one of the heroes last night for Powell. He went 3 for 4, had 3 RBIs, run-scoring single, 2 RBI single right at the end, and big hitter last night, Cole Foskey. Stennerson takes off to third, easily in, head first. Probably could have stood up.
Listen, Stennerson's a larger dude, but golly, he got some force when he runs. He slid into third, and I think third base was scared of him.
Almost dislodged that thing again.
Third base is scared anyway. 1 ball. Stennerson at third. Foskey holds up. It'll go 2-0. On Cole Foskey.
You know, you've got Trey Stennerson, Brock Johnson, Cade Queen. They're going to do what you expect them to do. It's going to be the guys like a Cole Foskey, like a Jordan Laura. They are going to be the ones that really give Powell that extra push across the line if they're going to win a second straight state title.
Called strike 1 on Foskey. Count goes 2-1. 2 outs. Can Powell manufacture a run here? Up 2-0. Pitch goes outside from Jackson. Boy, and he's been out there for a while. That's pitch number 25. Lovell did not want that. Here's Jackson's 3-1 pitch. It'll be ball 4, and Foskey happily takes that free trip to first base. Now first and third for Dalton Worstel.
If you're leveled, you just got to get out of this inning, get your bats up. And if you're Tucker Jackson, yeah, you've had a long first inning, but we've seen him. He'll settle into this thing, and he'll get some quick innings.
Worstel, the Pioneers left fielder. First and third situation. First pitch, outside corner, called strike one. 2 outs. Tucker Jackson battling out there. 27 pitches so far. Worstel, and they'll try the fun stuff. Jackson running, and now Rodriguez. He's just going to have to get the guy out.
Got him.
And they got him before Stenerson scored. That run will not count. Nice hustle by Carlos Rodriguez. Made the right decision. Did not throw the ball all over the place. It's Powell 2, Lovell 0 as we come back for the bottom of the first. This is a Buckle Up for Life production brought to you by MyLocalRadio.com.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uinta County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
As we get ready for the bottom of the first, Cade Queen taking his final warm-up tosses. Came on last night, recorded the save for the Powell Panthers through 15 pitches. And tonight, the reigning player of the year in Class A baseball in the state of Wyoming takes the mound. And he'll get the start against this Lovell Mustangs team. Cade Queen getting ready to go play baseball for Montana State at Billings. Good baseball program. If you get to play college baseball, it's a humbling experience after you've been playing high school or Legion baseball because it turns into a job. They expect you to go to class. They expect you to be at workouts. It is a 8-10 hour a day job, and that's why the weeding out process happens in college baseball. Here's Cade Queen, leadoff for Lovell. Jacob Bischoff, the second baseman. Carlos Rodriguez on deck. Here's pitch number 1 from Cade Queen. It's smoke. High, ball 1. He threw nothing but fastballs last night, if I remember right, Elan.
Jace was calling on the call with you on that one too. He probably could speak better to it.
Yeah, asking me a question for once.
Sorry,
Gosh.
I forgot you were over there. You leaning back, you acting like you're sunbathing here tonight. 1-1 count. Next pitch from Queen. It's a little check swing by Bischoff. So Cade Queen last night, mostly fastballs, Jason.
Yeah. I'm enjoying the show is what I'm doing. I get to listen to you call a game, and I get a good game in front of me, and I can just sit here and just add the color commentary, a couple of jokes here and there.
Okay,
I'm sure I'll get called. I'm sure I'll get said I'm from Kansas every now and then. So
1-2 count. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Strike 3, and Queen strikes out Jacob Bischoff.
Next up for Lovell,
1 out.
number 21, Carlos
There's
Rodriguez.
Carlos Rodriguez. This is experience versus experience. Carlos, Cade Queen know each other well. There's Carlos, a graduate of Grable High School. Lovell pulls its kids from Grable, Rocky Mountain, Burlington, and Lovell. First pitch goes high, ball 1 on Rodriguez. So before you think, Lovell, man, it's a small town. Well, they get to round up a bunch of guys, and there's the guy that got the save in the last game. Jace Jarrett sits down here. Yeah, you can stand in front of the camera if you want. We'll interview you. 2-0 count. Here's Cade Queen, pitch on the way. Goes high on Rodriguez. 3-0 count. So Rodriguez looking to get on base. Count is 30. Queen will kick and fire. Strike one. Well, that was just blazing heat there. I'm guessing Queen throws in the low 80s, mid 80s, somewhere in there. 3-1 count, 1 out. Pitch on the way. Big cut by Rodriguez. Count goes full, and we'll ask Jace Jarrett, what kind of speed does Cade Queen have? Does he ever strike you out? Once, all right. Here's a ground ball hit. Rodriguez will single through the hole on the second base side of the infield. And the first hit given up to one of the best shortstops in Wyoming, Carlos Rodriguez. You'd expect that.
Yeah.
Rodriguez with a great at-bat there. Tucker Jackson, Lovell pitcher, stands in. Queen at 10 pitches so far here in the first. Queen will look toward first. He'll throw over Greenwald. Was ready. He'll pitch it back. No big deal. Rodriguez, just a smart baseball player. It looks like a big lead, but it's actually pretty short because he went backwards about 2 steps. Here's Queen. He'll come set, pitch on the way, grounded, first base side. Greenwald knocks it down. Will they get it? No, they did not.
Oh, he misstepped it.
Queen caught the ball, reached with his leg, and missed first base. It'll go as a single, infield single.
Level, number
Here we go.
So now runners first and second for Lovell with 1 out. Cash Wasmer to the plate, the catcher for Lovell. You put something on here, guys. Bunt the ball, try to move guys with 1 out. What do you do?
I don't know. I think you let him swing. It's your good batter here. You got to let him go after it.
I agree with you.
Here's the situation. Everything is just with how familiar these two teams are and the way these two teams are built.
Queen comes set, pitch on the way. Called strike 1, outside corner.
I think anything you'd usually assume at this point, you just throw out the window.
Welcome to the postseason.
Yeah.
Queen throws an outstanding fastball. Pitch on the way.
Oh,
Breaks.
yes, he did.
Called strike 2. That one had changeup written all over it.
I was about to say, I think he heard you say fastball, and so he swung.
0-2 count on Cash Wasmer. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning by Cade Queen.
Cade's just going to say, all right, I'll just get the outs at the plate then.
Alex Hedges be the Lovell batter. 2 outs. Runners first and second for Lovell. Got to find a way if you're Lovell to move those runners. Here's Cade Queen, pitch on the way. It's inside. It'll go off the shoulder of the umpire all the way to the screen. That'll move up runners. Rodriguez to third and Tucker Jackson to second.
It's exactly what we need Robo on. So was that.
That is hit number 7 on the home plate umpire. He got hit 6 times yesterday.
You think he's got like a bulletproof vest under there tonight just to help him out?
Said he had a few bruises. It's Chris Rhodes of Gillette behind the plate tonight. Here's Cade Queen. Next pitch goes low. And Rodriguez thought about it. He didn't have a very good secondary lead. And that'll be the second ball. Leif Files waits on deck.
If you're going to pull that against Jet Schwan, you better be sure because he's got speed and he can get the ball back to the plate very quickly.
Jet Schwan, a great athlete. It's tough. Here's Cade Queen. Pitch on the way. Boy, it hit a spot. But
Spot was not a strike.
Ball 3. Jet did not move, but I believe he was outside calling for that pitch.
That's where he wanted it, just didn't get a strike.
3 balls, no strikes. Queen now in the windup. Pitch on the way, called strike 1. It's a 3-1 count. 18 pitches for Cade Queen here in the first inning.
All of a sudden, that 27 for Jackson looks pretty comparable.
3-1 count, 2 outs. Pitch on the way from Queen, fouled out of play by Hedges. That one drifted toward a car. Not sure it made it.
Queen wants to move. He does not want to take much time at all. As soon as that ball was fouled off, he was showing Jet the glove saying, get it.
Yeah, he likes to move fast. Queen in the windup. Rodriguez at third. And we'll get a foul ball lifted high. Jet Schwan gives race. He caught that count.
No, he went.
I think he was out of bounds.
He went behind the fence. He went behind the fence.
That ball went right
Great
down.
Play.
Schwan went out of play and caught it. Man,
I feel like I should give it to him.
Umpire says, sorry, man.
Great play, but that's not going to count.
That was a seriously athletic play, huh?
Yeah.
You think he's made that play before? I think so.
He's done practice with that.
He knew every step how close he was to that chain length.
Wow. That was fun.
Yeah.
Schwan never panicked.
Whoa.
Here
Rodriguez.
comes Carlos Rodriguez. Steals home. He's out.
Wow.
Boy, and Mike Jameson's asking, where's the balk? I did not see it, but Rodriguez thrown out at home plate. He's still out questioning the umpire, saying there was a balk on that play. And the umpire says no. That's going to do it as no run score. They leave 2 out there after 2 hits here in the first inning. It's 2-0 after 1. We'll be back. This is a production of Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, brought to you by mylocalradio.com.
At Uintah County School District number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is Southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Welcome back as we watch this play. Boy, I don't know if he stepped off or not. Kind of tapped on it, but Carlos Rodriguez thrown out trying to steal home. That was a nice attempt there by Lovell, and that's who you'd want trying to steal home. The senior leader for the Lovell Mustangs. 2-0 ball game. There was no runs on 2 hits for Lovell in the bottom of the first. As we go to the second for Powell, it'll be Dalton Worstel back up there again. It's number 5 up there. Is that Worstel?
Yep.
Yeah, Dalton Worstel back up there after Cole Foskey got out the last time. He'll foul it right above us and out of play. So strike 1 on Worstel. Aiden Greenwald waits on deck. Jordan Laura in the hole. Laura, one of the heroes of last night's comeback win, with a huge pitching performance for the Powell Panthers in relief.
Pioneers.
I'm sorry, Powell Pioneers. Here's a hard hit into center. It's ran down by the center fielder, Matthew Newman. 1 out.
It's okay. I called a football game last year, and it took me about an entire half before I stopped calling them the Pioneers and started calling them the Panthers.
Nice. Yeah.
I got messages on Facebook like, who are the Pioneers? And I'm like,
I'll tell you, you get that way calling Powell because they're just extremely good all the way through their sports program. Here's a called strike on Aiden Greenwald, the first baseman tonight. He was last night's starter. Didn't make it through an inning.
It's the same number of syllables as well. Pioneers, Panthers. Okay,
Nope.
kind of.
That's not even close.
No.
Kind of.
English major sitting over here lounging. He got you. Nope. Swinging strike 2 on Greenwald, and then he'll lift a foul ball down the left field line. It resembles it.
Yes,
okay?
it's very similar.
They both start with a P.
Yep.
That's it.
I'll tell you, Jace, that made his night right there. He's going to make you pay for that.
As soon as you said that, I was like, that's not right.
Okay, maybe not
0-2
syllables.
count, strike 3, and Tucker Jackson sends Greenwald back to the dugout with a swinging strike 3.
This is what we were talking about. Yes, he had a high pitch count coming out into this inning, but we also have seen Tucker Jackson settle into the game starting the second inning. How many times? Wipe that grin off your face, Jace Andrews.
He's diagramming that sentence. Here's Jordan Laura. Laura, the 9-hole hitter, bats from the left side for the Pioneers. Here's Jackson's pitch, goes high, ball 1.
Okay, maybe not syllables, but there's some similarities there.
They start with a P. I'll give you
Well, and
that.
they both have an S on the end.
And they're both orange, apparently, from all the seats I'm seeing.
The exact same color scheme.
Second pitch from Jackson.
So my question is, why isn't the team just the Panthers?
I don't know. They've always been the Pioneers. I mean.
All right, change the high school then.
I doubt whether that had happened. Jackson's 2-0 pitch called strike 1, and boy, Chris Rhodes got into that one. I heard that one loud and clear in my ears. 2-0 ball game. Powell leads it. Pitch goes low from Jackson. It'll be 3-1.
Panthers. The best part was you realizing it because you said it and then you did it.
Nope,
and I was like, that's not right.
How many syllables in wheat?
Barley.
All right. It's called strike 2 on Jordan Laura. Full count. Payoff pitch hitter, bottom of the second, 2 outs. Powell leads it 2-0. There's Jackson's payoff pitch. It'll be lifted left side down the line. Can the left fielder get to it? He does!
Wow.
Nice catch drifting toward the fence by Leif Files. The big man, 6'4", pulls it in, and that ends the inning for the Powell Pioneers. 3 up, 3 down. It's 2-0 Powell over the Lovell Mustangs. This is a production of Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, brought to you by mylocalradio.com.
Our community. We love it, we live it, we support it. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their participation in sports. You're champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong, successful financial habits. You got this. We're here for you. Trona Valley, member NCUA, TronaValley.com.
I buckle up because I think about my family and how important it is to know that I'm going to be coming back home to them safely.
My reason for buckling up is that I value safety in my life, and I want to make sure I'm there for years to come for my children.
My reason for buckling up is to get home to my dog.
I buckle up because my wife thinks it's a safe thing to do, and I have 2 beautiful little boys to go home to every night, and I just think it's too important not to get thrown out of a vehicle if you have a rollover accident.
I think about my dad when I buckle up. He lost his best friend from not wearing a seatbelt, so I always make sure to wear my seatbelt so he doesn't lose another best friend.
Elan Ollif, the human Jace Andrews,
30,
and
Alex
Cody Beers here
Hedges.
on the call. And we're proud to be here on mylocalradio.com.
You make me sound like I'm hiding my identity or something.
He's the human. Dun, dun, dun. Sounds like a wrestler name.
Alex Hedges back at the plate after Carlos Rodriguez tried to steal home on the final play of the first.
I hate to break it to you, but I know my amazing physique probably doesn't put it off. I am not a wrestler.
Look more like a cheerleader. Pitch coming. Oh, and a big one. Down the left field line. Is it out of here?
Nope.
Nope, it's off the fence. That's Alex Hedges. It's going to be close at second. Hedges head first into second. Stand-up double off the fence. That hit Metzler Storage right under the tee. Here's the big cut, and the ball going
Up for
deep.
the Mustangs, number 15.
Going
Leif
towards
Files.
second, making it easily into second with that sliding double is Alex Hedges. Big cut, made it happen here in the second inning.
Hedges hit a homer against Cody in the district tournament last weekend, so.
Did he hit it off Jarrett?
No.
Here's Cade Queen, fastball.
I was
Swinging
there. I
strike.
remember. I'm sorry.
Leif Files, strike one. Never go against a guy wearing digi camo.
No.
Here's Cade Queen. He'll come set. Hedges off second. Big cut. Strike two on Leif Files. Files made that outstanding defensive play down the left field to end the last inning.
Tell you what, week in and week out, he's starting to slowly but surely get the attention he deserves as one of the top players in the state.
Files, good basketball player, too. Plays for Grable. Here's Cade Queen. We'll get a ground ball. Queen looks back the runner at second, throws to first. Outstanding play.
That was smart.
One
I mean, all around, the runner did the right thing, kind of just being far enough off where you had to look at him. But Cade Queen smartly makes the right decision, realizes what he's doing, and just turns and fires a strike over at first, and that runner stays put.
There's Blake Wilson, the right fielder. Last night, Wilson 1 for 3. He had 2 runs scored in the ballgame. He's got that flowing blonde hair out of the back of his helmet. Here's Cade Queen. Runner off second. Alex Hedges. Pitch on the way from Queen goes low. Ball one. One and 0 count. 26 pitches now for Cade Queen. Pitch on the way. Goes high. Ball two. 3 hits allowed so far by Cade Queen. On the other side, 2 hits for Powell, but they lead 2-0. Here's Queen. He'll come set. Fastball on the way right down the pipe. Big cut by Wilson. Strike one. Counts 2-1. Now Schwann heading out to speak to Cade Queen. He'll come back, get ready to go. Wilson steps in. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Queen looks back towards second. Delivers the next pitch. It'll go called strike. A little curve ball, maybe a 2-seam fastball. Didn't have quite the speed on it. And that kind of locked up Wilson in his tracks. 2-2 count.
Man, this place is crawling with people, let me tell you.
Pitch on the way right down the middle. Called strike 3. He laid that one out on a tray and said, here's an hors d'oeuvre. You want one? Wilson just stood there.
He didn't want an hors d'oeuvre.
2 outs.
He was waiting for the main course. It never came.
Pickle. Large dill pickle.
Never going to get over that, are you?
No.
The fact that that's pretty much what you had for lunch today?
I had a hot dog.
I'm sure the hot dog was probably more nutritious than that pickle. There's Kyle Wilson, first baseman for the Mustangs.
I don't know how that's possible.
Can you imagine the sodium load in that pickle?
I need my sodium. What's wrong with that?
Strike one. Kyle Wilson. I believe him and Kyle are cousins. Big cut by Wilson. Strike two. Got a lot of raw talent, does Kyle Wilson. Young player, even though he stands in at about 6'8". Big cut, ground ball. It's going to get maybe through the hole.
Nope.
Wilson's going to beat it out, though. It'll be an infield single. And going to third, Alex Hedges.
Brock Johnson with a run-saving move over there at shortstop to bring that one in.
Yeah, with how slow that ball was rolling, there was no way they were going to get the runner at home if it got into left field.
The only way you get him there is if you charge that baseball, but you're not sure how fast it's traveling. So you field it backhanded, and was still an outstanding play. 2 hits in the inning. Now runners at the corners for Lovell. They stranded 2 in the first, and now they've got 2 more base runners in the second. Here's Queen's pitch. Outside corner, called strike 1 on Matthew Newman. Newman, the Lovell center fielder. Waiting on deck, back to the top of the lineup, Jacob Bischoff. Next pitch, called strike 2. And, brings up an interesting deal. I mean, Jet Schwan dropped that ball, and sometimes an umpire's, well, I'm not going to call it. You dropped it, but he called it. 0-2 on Matthew Newman.
Must have been an offer he couldn't refuse.
Here's Queen. Breaking pitch just inside.
That was a nice 0-2 pitch there. Tried to see if he could tie him up inside.
Threw it right at his shoulder. More fans entering the ballpark. Queen comes set. Runners first and third. Big cut. Ground ball to Cade Queen. He'll flip it underhanded to first, and that'll end the Lovell threat. 4 base runners left on for Lovell through the first 2 innings. It's Powell 2, Lovell 0. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District No. 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Number 15.
Welcome back to Ed Lynn Memorial Field in Powell. This winner's bracket game between the Lovell Mustangs and Powell. In the top of the 3rd inning, I'm Cody Beers, joined by Elan Ollif and Jace Andrews, the laid-back surfer boy of this crew.
Surfer boy.
Here's Brock Johnson. He singled and scored to start off this game. Tucker Jackson working his 3rd inning. Here's Brock Johnson.
Oh.
Hits it deep into left center field. Oh, and what a running catch by the center fielder. And pulling that in, Matthew Newman was on the dead run, and the ball just hung up. Brock Johnson looks back out there. Is like, did he really catch that?
Even Jace Borders is clapping for that one. Now he goes over and talks to Coach Jameson about that play.
What a great catch.
Yeah.
Borders is like, you got to be kidding me, right?
Really? Really?
1 out. Here's Ethan Welch. Reached base on an error and scored in the first. First pitch, called strike 1. Welch did a nice job in the 2-hole last night for the Pioneers. High cheese, pepper jack variety.
Okay.
Called strike 2 on the swing. 0-2 count, 1 out.
If you eat that much pepper jack, I'm a little worried about you, Cody.
You know,
I'm worried about him in general.
Cheese really doesn't bother me too much. Here's Jackson in the windup. Pitch on the way. Big cut. Strike 3.
Wow. Ever since that first inning, yes, he threw 25, but he's at 37. No, 43.
43.
I was about to say, what? That's 18.
Yeah. Well, no, I was looking at the 37 on the other side of the board.
Yeah, that's
Jace.
18 pitches.
Yeah. So he's thrown 18 pitches since that 25 pitch first inning.
Here's Cade Queen, struck out in the first. First pitch goes inside, ball 1. Panthers. Pioneers pitcher. Got that in my head.
You mean the Pioneers?
That's right. You know, Lovell's high school mascot, what is it, Jace?
Mustangs.
Called strike one. Nope.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Lovell Bulldogs. Riverton baseball is the Raiders, and the high school is the Wolverines. Here's Tucker Jackson. Next pitch fouled to the screen by Cade Queen. Count goes 1-2.
Who?
With 2 outs.
Who?
Okay, tell us about
Cares.
Who's your high school? Where'd you graduate from high school?
Liberty Hill High School, the Panthers.
Where's that?
Texas.
Here's Tucker Jackson.
Much to
goes high and
chagrin.
outside.
I'm sure you thought it was Kansas.
No, I knew it was Texas.
Cody, I like Cody, how they separate theirs. It's actually pretty easy to remember. Bronx and Cubs.
Yeah. Here's Queen. He'll ground left side. Picked up by the third baseman. They'll throw it across, and Queen will ground out to end the third. It's 3 up, 3 down for the Powell Pioneers in the third inning. 2-0. Powell. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
Do you want to further your education? Are you thinking of attending college? You can start now here in Evanston. Western Evanston Outreach provides students with a low-cost alternative to leaving town. Western offers a variety of degrees including nursing, EAS, and our brand new cybersecurity, also offering a variety of certificate programs that can be completed all right here in Evanston. Western Evanston Outreach, we are your local community college.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
Welcome back here at Ed Lynn Memorial Field as we go to the bottom of the third. Lovell Mustangs will send to the plate in this inning. I'm sorry, I got to get it right. Leadoff hitter Jacob Bischoff, shortstop Carlos Rodriguez, and Tucker Jackson, the top three. Where is Liberty Hill High School at in Texas?
It is North Austin, next to
Okay.
Georgetown.
Why didn't you go to Baker Mayfield's high school?
Westlake, that's in Austin.
Yeah, I mean, why
Lake
didn't
Travis.
you-
Well,
why didn't you go there?
Baker went to Lake Travis. Westlake is another school. That's
Does
the
Liberty
rival.
Hill play him?
No, Liberty Hill is a division below them.
Okay.
But we were in state in football twice when I was in school. We've
Cool.
won it twice.
Here's Bischoff. First pitch from Queen. Big fastball, strike one. 0-1 count. Jace Andrews from Texas via Kansas. What? There's Cade Queen. Pitch on the way. Goes low. Ball one. You know, I don't know what it is you have against Kansas, but, you know.
I can't
It's
say
flat. It's good
Hey,
pheasant hunting.
It's better than Nebraska.
1-1 count on Jacob Bischoff. Struck out in the first to lead off the game. He'll foul it to the screen. Count goes 1-2. Elan, where'd you graduate from high school?
I actually was homeschooled for the last 2 years of high school. So
How does that work? Do you end up with a GED out of the deal, or?
no, I got a diploma like everybody else.
Okay. Bischoff through the hole. It's a single into left field, and the leadoff hitter starts things off for Lovell here in the third. That's
For the
hit number
Mustangs,
5
number
off Cade
21,
Queen.
Carlos Rodriguez.
But my home high school, so to speak, would be Round Valley High School in Eager, Arizona. Even though,
Okay.
like I said, didn't graduate from there because of the homeschool thing. But that was like the high school in my hometown.
All right. Did you get tired of your mom teaching you in homeschool, or?
It's a lot of self-taught, like a lot of textbook kind of self-explanatory stuff.
Carlos Rodriguez, who singled in the first and then was thrown out stealing home, takes the first pitch, strike one.
Did your mom teach you syllables?
Ooh, that was brutal.
Oh, man.
That's a called strike two on Rodriguez on the
Yeah.
breaking pitch.
You underhanded that one to yourself, didn't you?
Andrew, that was more like trying to complete a 400-yard golf shot with a wedge, sand wedge. Pitch on the way, fouled to the screen by Rodriguez. He'll keep fighting. Counts 0-2. Bischoff lead off first. You were pretty proud of yourself for that, weren't you?
Oh, I've been proud of myself a lot today.
He's going to ride that one all week. It's going to come. It won't be the last time it comes up.
Oh, no.
And then we'll have to retell the story to new viewers.
Cade Queen's breaking pitch did not break. Nearly hit Carlos Rodriguez in the left shoulder. Count goes 1-2. Lovell needs base runners. They need runs. Queen's next pitch, low. Rodriguez hits it toward the hole. They'll try second.
Wow.
And nice play by Brock Johnson. Had to go a long ways to field that. Threw it back to second base for the force out.
Up for Lovell, number 19.
So Rodriguez
Tucker
reaches
Jackson.
base on a fielder's choice. One out. Here's Tucker Jackson, who singled his first time up. Scores from games earlier today. It was Evanston over Sheridan 5-3 this morning. Torrington came back, beat Gillette 12-11, eliminated Gillette from this tournament. And then Cody beat Casper 5-4.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You beat Casper.
That used to be a huge matchup back in the day. Cody Cubs and Casper Oilers back in the day.
Judging from what we saw, Casper Drillers and Cody Cubs could be an interesting rivalry budding. Because that was a great game.
One out. Here's Cade Queen. He'll bring it to Tucker Jackson. Ball's going to get away from Jet Schwan. And in safely, Carlos Rodriguez moves to second. He's in scoring position with one out in the third. Wind picking up here a little bit out of the northwest. Nice breeze, cool things off. As long as we don't have to stand up and hold on to the 10 again tonight for 3 innings. We're not going to. Schwan going to come out, talk it over with Queen again. We got things fixed, and Jackson will step in. Counts 1-0 with one out. Rodriguez, he's been on second or third most of the game.
Tell you what, this tent came in clutch during that mini monsoon that rolled through.
Queen's next pitch, low and outside. And Queen stood there in bewilderment. Thought it was a strike.
Bewilderment.
He was bewildered. 2-syllable word. Called strike one. Count goes 2-1 on Tucker Jackson. Little inside humor there. 49 pitches now for Cade Queen. That's interesting because Tucker Jackson has 49 pitches. Queen's next pitch, fouled down the right field line. It'll bounce foul up against the fence. Count stays 2-2 with one out.
Considering how this game started in the pitch count, the fact that Cade Queen is now past him, that's something.
That shows you that Tucker Jackson's settling into this thing.
He has done a fine job settling in.
And Cade Queen has as well. I mean, that zero's still on the board.
2-2 count on Tucker Jackson.
Cue the base hit.
Carlos Rodriguez off second base for the Mustangs. Queen comes set. Fastball goes high. Jet reached way above his head for that one. He's got experience with that, taking snaps out of the shotgun. Football. 3-2, one out. Payoff pitch, and fouled to the screen by Jackson.
Snaps out of the shotgun. Football. No, I thought it was badminton. Thought they did that in basketball as a play. They hiked it.
You turn that mic off.
We might have to.
Full count, one out. He's hosing both of us. Here's the pitch from Queen. It's a line drive into center field. It'll fall for a base hit. And Jamison will hold up Rodriguez. Probably a good decision as Greenwald cuts off the play. Even though if Greenwald wouldn't have been there,
Up for Lovell, number 1, Cash Wasmer.
things would have been different. So 1-out single for Tucker Jackson. Cash Wasmer, who looked at the called third strike the last time, will come to the plate. Catcher for the Lovell Mustangs. Enjoyed watching that fan. He brought himself a whole cooler full of dinner and drinks to the game.
But nothing for you.
No, I'm getting thirsty. Here's Queen. He'll settle in. Ground ball towards second. Taylor-made double play. Brock Johnson brings it to first. Oh, and they drop it. Just got a little bit low. It was a short hop from Johnson.
And that means the run scores.
Run scores. Carlos Rodriguez scores Lovell's first run.
Now, folks, if you
Over
don't
Lovell,
believe,
number
30,
if you don't
Alex
believe in the
Hedges.
announcer's jinx, Elan 2 minutes ago. That zero's still on the scoreboard.
I used it as an example to say he was settling in, Jace.
There's no longer a zero on the scoreboard, if you were wondering.
I'm glad I'm not getting all of it from Jace in this game.
Technically, there's lots of zeros on the scoreboard. Now there's only one. But
There's Alex Hedges, big cut for strike one. Hedges doubled.
when you look at the board out there, I see 4 zeros up there.
Well, I like how you go. There's lots of zeros. Now there's only one, so that means
Well, I'm
lots
looking at
were
the
2.
scoreboard. I was looking at the scoreboard here on the broadcast.
Are you going to let me do play-by-play or what? 0-2 count now
It
on
comes
Alex
with a
Hedges. Queen will come set. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch on the way from Queen. Lifted high into center. Drifting under it and making the catch is the center fielder, Matthew Newman, who's been a big player in this game so far. Lovell pushes across 1 run. It's Powell 2, Lovell 1. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
At Blacks Fork Dental, we're not just a dental office, we're a family. We believe in inspiring lasting smiles, and that means welcoming patients of all ages. From the littlest smiles to the wisest grins, our team is here to provide gentle and caring dental care for your entire family. Our warm and friendly atmosphere will make you and your kids feel right at home, ensuring every visit is a positive one. At our office, we use the latest technology to provide top-notch care for your family's dental needs, from x-rays to crowns, clear correct to implants, or even dentures. Blacks Fork Dental, where advanced technology meets compassionate care. Join our dental family today by scheduling at blacksforkdental.com.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
Welcome back, Ed Lynn Memorial Field, and man, I've created a monster. Matthew Newman's playing center field for both teams.
What
a
job he's doing.
Speaking of the center fielder,
that catch, Trey Stenderson for
Up for the
foul. I
Pioneers,
apologize.
number 20,
It was a great
Trey
call, and I was giving
Stenderson.
Matthew Newman credit for all kinds of interesting things. And here's Trey Stenderson. He'll step to the plate for the Powell Pioneers.
I will forgive you if you can tell me how many syllables are in Panthers.
Oh my gosh.
Here's Stenderson. Big hit towards shortstop.
Oh.
Rodriguez bobbles it. And
Wow.
Stenderson beats it out. That does not happen.
I was about to say Rodriguez doesn't make that bobble very often. Some of the
Next up for the
infield
Pioneers,
bobbles we've
number
seen
2,
from Powell doesn't happen very often.
Second error on Lovell in this game. And that's big because now Jet Schwan comes to the plate with no outs.
This guy is going to be is very, very vital to Powell's success on the offensive side of things, as well as the defensive side. I mean, he calls pitches. There's that. I love that little fan down there in the front row with the Powell Pioneers sign. He was holding it up earlier.
All right. Here's Schwann. He'll step in against Tucker Jackson. Stennerson, good lead off first base. Doesn't go. And Schwann fouls it to the left side. Strike one. Schwann grounded to shortstop in the first inning. Powell with 2 runs on 2 hits. On the other side, Lovell with no runs and 6 hits. Jackson, pitch on the way. Called, strike 2 on Jet Schwann. PA announcer tonight, Jet Schwann's dad. We had an interesting conversation about Jet's rattlesnake bite, and they nearly lost Jet. Kid you not. You can giggle all you want, Jace. But
I was more or less
got
thinking
an infection, and
I was more or less thinking how many times we have brought up rattlesnake.
Well, I'm talking more about the human Schwann. He survived it. Played in districts last week, and he looks to be at full speed now at state.
He also hit a home run in districts last week.
Foul out of play by Schwann.
Line for Tucker Jackson so far, Cody. 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, 1 walk to 3 strikeouts.
52 pitches for Tucker Jackson.
If I'm Mike Jameson, I'm very happy with the effort he's given me so far.
0-2 count. Stennerson off first. And he'll get back safely. An awkward slide back into first, however. Might be a little slick over there. He kind of slipped. So Stennerson back off first.
So from my understanding, what made that situation so dangerous wasn't the snake bite itself.
Fouled out of play, and then that ball comes right back into the stands, and everybody was flinching a little bit, and Heath Worstel ends up with the foul ball.
But it was the, I think, the reaction to the anti-venom. Is that what I heard correctly?
Well, and he had to wait for about 4 hours before he got the shot. Here's Schwann. He'll ground. Nice play by Rodriguez. He throws it all the way across. And they get Schwann by a foot.
That was almost in left field. We got to look at that again.
For the Pioneers,
that was
15,
incredible. That's Carlos Rodriguez for you.
Schwann hits it in the hole. Rodriguez ranges way to his right, throws it back across a strike.
Wow.
To Kyle Wilson. That's a big-time play. Stennerson moves to second on the fielder's choice. Here's Cole Foskey. Foskey walked in the first inning. Boy, that's some interesting walk-up music.
Cody Jinks?
I think so.
Yeah.
Good singer.
Loud and heavy.
Country.
You should hear me sing in the shower, guys. There's Jackson. Got the look from Jace.
I love that song, Loud and Heavy by Cody Jinks.
There's Foskey. He'll foul the first one out of play. Count goes 0-1 on Cole Foskey. Dalton Worstel on deck and Aiden Greenwalt in the hole. Bottom half of this Powell lineup.
I'm still blown away by that throw that Rodriguez made. I mean, seriously, he is almost in the left field grass when he fires that thing.
Yeah, and, you know, it says something about the arm strength that you have to play shortstop.
Well, and then on top of that, not only does he fire that thing, he fires a strike. I mean, the first baseman hardly had to move.
Pitch on the way from Jackson goes high. Ball 1.
Yeah, he made the play before and thought, that's not me.
So do radio guys sleep in? That's a good question for you guys. Can you guys sleep in? Is it
that's
in
all
your
I
DNA
do.
you can't sleep in?
No, that's all I do.
Speak for yourself.
Fouled to the screen by Foskey.
Even though we don't have a game till 1, I know I won't sleep past 7:30, 8 o'clock.
I'll wake up at 11 tomorrow.
I'll probably be up at 5:30.
Quite frankly, I'll be lucky if I get to 7:30, 8 o'clock.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Cole Foskey. Pitch on the way. Big cut, strike 3. 2 outs.
Well, with how well Tucker Jackson has been pitching, you really need to get this run in at second because you got to get that 2-run lead back if you're Powell.
Finally got a look at this young fan. He's trying to get this Powell fan base riled up, but I think right now they're a little tense. 2-1 ball game, 2 outs. There's Dalton Wurstel. Jackson looking towards second. He'll deliver the pitch, swinging, strike 1.
Out in front of that one. Put the brakes on him a little bit. Really been impressed with the pitch selection by Tucker Jackson tonight.
No, and both these pitchers for each team, they're on track to go deep into this game. Jackson, 0-1 pitch on the way. And a ground ball chopped to Tucker Jackson. He'll throw to first, and that'll retire the side. So no runs and no hits for Powell in the top of the 4th. It's the Pioneers 2, the Mustangs 1. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
When you want all the amenities, a wonderful restaurant, and clean, comfortable rooms in Evanston, stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Whether you're in town for high school sports, on a business trip, or traveling with the whole family, book your stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. It's a 5-star experience from the time you check in until you say goodbye till next time. The Best Western Dunmar Inn, supporting students and families in all their activities. Make your reservations today.
Ed Lynn Memorial Field, we've got a good one, 3.5 in the books. We're basically halfway through this, and it's a 2-1 ball game as the Lovell Mustangs come to the plate in the bottom of the 4th. We've got a pitching change as Trey Stenerson going to come on in relief of Cade Queen.
So Queen goes 3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 run, not earned, 3 strikeouts, no walks on 57 pitches. So I wonder if the idea is maybe potentially have him available for day 5.
Jace Jarrett calls it.
Yeah.
They're saving him for the championship, as they are. So we'll see. Stenerson going to come on in relief. Did he throw yesterday?
No.
No.
Okay.
It was just Queen, Greenwald, and Laura.
Yeah, you're right. Called strike 1 from Stenerson. You know Stenerson will probably be on a pitch count here easily.
Laura's another one that could come back as well, I believe.
Second pitch bounces to home plate. Ball 1 from Stenerson. Cade Queen goes to third base. Not sure who's in center now, but we'll pick it up here as quickly as we can. Pitch goes high on Leif Files.
I think it's Jordan Laura.
Yeah, Laura moves to center. Queen at third. And then...
That's it.
Stenerson
that's
on
it
the
right there.
mound.
Because Stenerson's came from center, and they just took Laura out of the infield.
2 balls, 1 strike. Leif Files. High to Files from Stenerson. Count goes 2-2. You know, after the game last night, Lovell 3-1, excuse me.
Laura went 59 pitches yesterday, so he would also be available on day 5 if needed.
Big cut by Files, full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs.
Man, this pitching situation is fascinating for all the top teams right now.
Yeah, it's changed a lot since we've entered the world of pitch counts. 3-2 goes outside, and Leif Files draws the walk on Trey Stenerson. So again, that leadoff hitter comes on. What's the percentage of leadoff hitters that score?
57.4.
Oh, come on, 57.6. I thought you were listening.
Yeah, but today probably dropped it.
I think you're right. Good
Without
call.
missing a beat, just throws that in
He's
there.
got some comebacks.
Yeah, he does. He's fast.
He's youngest in this room. There's a fake bunt by Blake Wilson. It'll go outside, ball one. Yeah, don't you? This is a big room right here.
I don't think
This
I'm the
is
youngest
the
in the room,
Pioneers room, man.
I'm older than everybody on the field.
Stenerson comes set. One ball. Outside corner. Called strike one. So does Wilson bunt now. A lot of signs being delivered by Jamison. You got to wonder if Borders is trying to read those signs. Coached together forever. Wilson is going to bunt it. It's going to hit the ground, and Wilson kicks it around. It's safe. I'm sorry, it was Cade Queen kicked it around a little bit. And Blake Wilson beats it out. They had telegraphed that bunt as Wilson squared early, but Queen was watching the guy run into second. I think he wanted to throw the ball there, and unfortunately lost the ball, and Wilson beats it out. It's an error on Cade Queen. So Kyle Wilson, who singled his first time up, steps to the plate. Two more base runners here for the Lovell Mustangs. Wilson fouls a bunt attempt to the screen, strike one.
When did Yao Ming join Lovell? He is tall.
He is tall.
He's young too, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
that was my thought.
He might be 15. Raw talent, but what a guy. If he can catch the ball, put him at first all season long. Wilson squares the bunt, pulls it back. High, ball one.
If you're Queen, just throw it at the bat.
Stenerson.
Yeah, that's it.
You wouldn't want Queen to do it. It'd get ugly pretty quick, man.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Third baseman.
He's throwing a ball at the bat. What?
Stenerson comes set. Pitch on the way. Bunted on the right side. And he does his job.
Oh, wow.
Throwing the ball away.
Oh.
Greenwald. Then second baseman comes up with the ball.
What a play by Laura.
Wow. Yeah, Laura made that.
Or Welch.
I was about
It
to
is
say,
Ethan Welch.
I thought Laura was in center.
Well, Laura's at center now, yeah, but
Kyle Wilson bunts that ball, and the tap on the back for him is he ran it out. And Lovell now with the bases full. Here's a replay of that last play. Wilson's going to square to bunt, lays it down between first and pitcher's mound. Ethan had to come a long ways. And
he bobbled that and still brought it in.
Yeah, but Wilson with those big strides lanked it out. What would you call that? They call it an error? Looks like they did. 3 errors are on the board. So it's probably a throwing error on Greenwald.
That's what it probably should be.
So bases loaded with Lovell Mustangs. Stenerson, this wasn't the start he wanted, coming off the bench to throw. And the batter, number 9 hitter, Matthew Newman. Stenerson's first pitch, swinging strike one by Newman. Jacob Bischoff waiting on deck, and the ever dangerous Carlos Rodriguez in the hole. Stenerson's pitch, high cheese, strike two.
If you're Jason Borders and this thing gets a little questionable, let's say, do you go ahead and abandon the plan and launch Brock tonight?
Newman fouls it out of play.
Depends how questionable.
Well,
I mean, if this thing gets tied.
You could bring him for 20 tonight.
Yeah, he can close the game tonight.
Mm-hmm. You got to get it to that far, though.
Newman fouls it out of play again. That one didn't hear any crashing glass out there, but it headed for many cars along the street.
It does feel like all the momentum is with Lovell right now.
0-2, no outs. high, ball one.
Well, it's just hard because like this has been a walk error. Like he's thrown well for the most part.
Yeah.
Leif Files at third, Blake Wilson at second, Kyle Wilson at first. Pitch from Stenerson, high, ball two. 2-2, no outs. Like you said, a walk and 2 errors have left Lovell with a bases loaded situation. Newman, did he hold up?
No.
He did not. Strike 3. First base umpire says no, he went around. 1 out.
Up for Lovell, number 13.
So to the top of the order we go. Here's Bischoff. Bischoff singled his last time up and struck out in the first. That's when Cade Queen was pitching. Stenerson comes set. Big cut for Bischoff, strike 1. Stenerson working hard to get out of this situation. Bases loaded.
It's going to take a tightrope walk of epic proportions.
Strike 2, 0-2 count.
Right now, all the momentum with Lovell, but if he can get out of this inning, it goes right back to the Pioneers.
Sure does. Pitch from Stenerson, big cut, strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 fastballs,
Now up for
2
Lovell,
outs.
number 21, Carlos Rodriguez.
There's Carlos Rodriguez, singled in the first, scored, got on a fielder's choice in the third. This is exactly who you want up there, your smartest batter. Pitch by Stenerson, outside, ball 1. Too bad Powell doesn't have an empty base. They can put him on. Stenerson, 1-0 count. Rodriguez fouls it right side, right into that tree, and then it drops straight to the ground.
There goes the crowd of kids chasing it.
And there is a bunch of kids
That's
chasing
good to
fastballs tonight. Stenerson, little looper over second, through the hole. And it's going to score 2 possibly. Here's the throw coming home to Schwann. It'll score 2. 2-run single for Carlos Rodriguez. Can you say MVP?
Yeah.
Great hit.
Let's check it out on the instant replay here. It's a classic Carlos Rodriguez hit. He's not known for power. He's not known for hitting home runs. What is he known for? For being an RBI machine. Sends it up the middle. Heck of an attempt by Welsh over at second to try to stop it. But now
Lovell takes the lead here in the 4th. They have had guys on all night. And Rodriguez found a way to get it through. Found a hole. Here's Tucker Jackson trying to help himself. First pitch fouled off on the right side. Jackson 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Again, different pitcher. Cody Cubs, those are ropes, guys. Be careful. Don't want you to get injured. You guys are kind of injury prone. Strike 2 on Tucker Jackson. Stenerson, 2 outs, 0-2 count. Pitch on the way inside, nearly hit Jackson.
that would have hurt because that would have caught him right around the elbow. Right around the not-so-funny spot.
3-2 ball game, Lovell by 1 here in the 4th. Pitch on the way from Stenerson, grounded right side through the hole. It's a single. Jamison waving him home. Ball gets past the right fielder. And they'll go to second and third, and Kyle Wilson will come in. Lovell with a 2-run lead here in the 4th. 3 straight singles by Tucker Jackson. And good base running. Unfortunately, an error out there
Up for Lovell, number
by
1.
Powell,
Cass
right fielder
Fosler.
Cole Foskey. Ball just got away from him. He's out there hands on knees, head down. He'll have to shake it off now as stepping in Cash Wasmer, the 8th batter of this inning for Lovell.
There.
Stenerson pitch high and inside. Wasmer had to dive out of there. That'll get the rivalry taunts going. Stenerson, 1-0 count, 2 outs, and a swinging foul ball. Alex Hedges waits on deck. He hit a double earlier in this game. Carlos Rodriguez, 2-run single. He's at third, and at second, It's Tucker Jackson. Here's a hit into center field or left field. Brock Johnson goes back, makes the catch. Brock Johnson had to lay it out. Almost landed on his head, but makes that play to end the inning. But 3 runs across for Lovell in the bottom of the 4th. The Lovell Mustangs 4. The defending state champion Powell Pioneers 2. They're going to huddle and talk things over. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
I buckle up because I think about my family and how important it is to know that I'm going to be coming back home to them safely.
My reason for buckling up is that I value safety in my life and I want to make sure I'm there for years to come for my children.
My reason for buckling up is to get home to my dog.
I buckle up because my wife thinks it's a safe thing to do, and I have 2 beautiful little boys to go home to every night. And I just think it's too important not to get thrown out of a vehicle if you have a rollover accident.
I think about my dad when I buckle up. He lost his best friend from not wearing a seatbelt, so I always make sure to wear my seatbelt so he doesn't lose another best friend.
Four runs on 8 hits for the Lovell Mustangs. They scored 3 runs on 2 hits in the bottom of the 4th, and we've got a 4-2 ball game. There's Tucker Jackson, first pitch, fouled to the screen by Aiden Greenwald.
And how much confidence do you have if you're Tucker Jackson now?
Greenwald struck out in the 2nd. Yeah, Tucker Jackson, only 61 pitches. Second pitch is a swinging strike 2. Tucker Jackson might go all 7. Jackson in the windup. Pitch on the way just high on Greenwald. Ball 1. Boy, and Tucker has put him down mostly since the second batter of the first inning. Here's a grounder left side, fouled, picked up by Hedges about 5 feet left of third base.
Well, if Powell's going to start a comeback, they got to get going now. You're running out of time. We're in the 5th.
Jackson literally has shut him down since late in the first inning. Next pitch by Jackson. High cheese. Strike 3.
Up for the Pioneers, number 7, Jordan Laura.
So 1 out. There's Jordan Laura, hero from last night. Bats from the left side. Outstanding pitching performance last night. Jordan Laura, the winner in that game against Gillette. Pitch by Jackson goes high, ball 1.
Well, they needed his pitching last night. They need his hitting right now. Try to get someone on for that big part of the lineup coming up.
Powell's got to figure out a way to do something here because right now, as you keep saying, Lovell with all the momentum. That's a 2-syllable word tonight. Next pitch from Jackson. Outside, ball 2.
You know who's coming up. I would advise a strike here.
Brock Johnson waiting on deck. Next pitch called, strike 2, and Chris Rhodes, home plate umpire, particularly enjoyed that call. That was loud and proud up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Called! Strike 2.
Laura was ready to go stand on first and watch Brock hit.
That was actually a 3-1 count, so my bad. Full count, payoff pitch coming from Jackson. Fastball just off the edge. Ball 4.
You talk about tailor-made double plays that we've seen him make. This is a tailor-made opportunity for Brock Johnson to do exactly what he's done his entire career.
Powell must pounce at this point.
Yeah.
The Pioneers have to make something happen here in the 5th. Jackson will come set, 71 pitches. Laura takes off towards second. Throw down, nearly hits the umpire. It's offline, and
the umpire turned around, was watching the call, the ball zoomed by his face.
Laura safely into second with the stolen base. 1 ball, no strikes. Right now, if you're Lovell, you got to play for outs. Don't really worry about that guy at second.
Single scores Laura.
Next pitch fouled by Johnson.
And it hit the umpire.
That'll be
poor guy.
That's hit number 8.
Oh.
I told him today, man, you got to get down in the slot. He's hurt again. He's going to walk it off.
For Brock Johnson here, I know he wants to hit, and that's obviously a good thing.
Yep.
However, you have a base open. That pitch was inside. It's a 1-1 count. If they're going to give you a free base, you have to let them do that.
Especially when you could represent the tying run at that point.
Exactly.
Count
and,
goes,
you got to trust the guys behind you.
Yeah.
Counts 1-1 on Brock Johnson. Jordan Laura at second base. Looks like the home plate umpire ready to limp back in there.
And he still has that foot out there.
1 out. 4-2 lead for Lovell. Jordan Laura leading off second base. Jackson comes set. Pitch on the way. Little looper out towards second. Oh, it's going to be dropped by Alex Hedges on the run.
Wow.
That'll go as an error on the Lovell third baseman. And
number 1, Ethan.
Boy, they almost got out of that.
Yep.
Lucky, but they didn't. E5. And now runners first and second for Powell. This kind of reminds you of last night. Powell setting things up to come from behind here. As now stepping in, Ethan Welch. And you know he wants redemption. Ethan, who dropped a throw at first, just couldn't quite get there to make that play in the last inning. First pitch, ball 1.
Despite a great effort by him on that play.
It was
eerily similar to a play we had last night with the bunt where he had it go past him.
This reminded me of Lovell from the last inning. A walk, an error, gets runners on first and second with 1 out. Fouled, back to the screen by Welch. Count goes 1-1.
Well, and if Ethan Welch gets on, then you potentially load the bases for Cade Queen. Which is, and then you've got Trace Anderson on deck, Jetschwan in the hole. This is the part of the order that Powell needs to have runners on.
Queen due. There's a single lifted into left field. Coming on, making the play. They did not send him. And that was choice. Well advised.
He had to freeze because it was a line drive to the left side, and it's just station to station there. You got 1 out.
Yep.
No reason to make a second out at home. You got Cade Queen at the plate. It's the time to strike here.
This is it. This is the moment Powell's been building for to try to get this thing back, and I think the crowd feels it as well.
This is where heroes are made as Cade Queen steps in. Bases loaded, full of Powell Pioneers. And your senior leader, one of 4 or 5 seniors with a chance as Tucker Jackson delivers the fastball inside ball 1.
This is the first jam that Tucker's found himself in a while as he's hit pitch 78.
Yeah, since the first inning. Jackson kicks, fires, big cut. Strike 1.
He connects with that one. This is a tie game at least.
Queen wanted that one bad. He wanted to shoot that baseball out.
It's going into the barley field.
Yeah,
that's right.
It might be a 2-run lead instead of a 2-run trailing for Powell.
Tucker Jackson calls his shortstop Rodriguez over. Also his catcher comes out, Cash Wasmer. And Cade Queen now with plenty of time to take a couple deep breaths. 1-1, 1 out. Bases loaded. Jackson in the windup. Pitch on the way. Big cut fouled off the right side. And it'll be a count of 1-2. So literally Queen right on the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out. Pitch by Jackson. Boy, and Queen almost went after it. He shakes his head, yes. Ball goes outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. Jackson kicks, fires, ground ball up the middle, and it's fielded by Rodriguez.
No play.
1 run will score. Rodriguez saved a 2nd run with that play, but 1 run scores as coming in is Jordan Laura
number 20, Trey
with the 3rd run of the game for Powell. Still no outs. Infield single for Cade Queen.
It was just such a slow chopper, but because it was hit directly in the middle of the field,
1 out.
To get there you had to run a long way.
Yeah, there is 1 out. 4-3 ball game, back-to-back singles by Powell. Here's Stenerson, has a double in this game. Still bases loaded, 1 out. Big cut by Stenerson, strike 1.
I'd say we saw him 2 nights in a row. We've seen him make huge contributions with extra base hits.
83 pitches for Jackson. Unfortunately, this inning is wrecking his pitch count. Jackson, big strike. Big cut for Stenerson. Love the way he swings a bat.
A lot of time when he connects, he sends it out there.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
If we get a stereotypical Trey Stenerson hit, Powell's in the lead.
Jackson, breaking pitch, goes high. Ball 1. 85 pitches for Jackson. Eyes it, fires it. Hit left side. It's a hard hit line drive. It's just a long foul ball. Count stays 1-2. That's what you throw here if you're Jackson. You don't want to get it up into Stenerson's wheelhouse. He likes those waist-high fastballs. Pitch on the way from Jackson outside. Ball 2.
This crowd's ready to explode. You can just feel it with every pitch.
Brock Johnson at 3rd, Ethan Welch at 2nd, Cade Queen at 1st. Here's Jackson. Pitch on the way. Stenerson fouls it out of play. And yeah, there's 10-15 future Pioneers chasing foul balls. I love when they dive for it on the pavement.
Ooh.
Brutal. We used to dive for it in the rocks. Here's Jackson's pitch. Outside, ball 3.
He's going to throw pitch number 90 right now.
No pressure. Powell fans in front of their seats. Full count. Here's Jackson's pitch on the way and popped up in center. He can't see it. Ball's going to fall in the outfield.
Wow.
2 runs going to score. Wow, Powell takes the lead. Matthew Newman threw up his hands. That gave it away. It ends up as a 2-run single for Trey Stenerson, which should have been just an out.
Or maybe a game-tying sacrifice fly. Let's check that out on the instant replay. It's deep enough that it would have scored Johnson, but you're right, as soon as Newman throws his hands up, it just creates chaos. He lost it from the get-go, and Powell takes full advantage.
That one hurts.
That is a classic postseason moment right there, Jace.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because as a coach, you're like, you don't want your hands out because it basically gives away that you're going to drop it. But the other side, if anybody can catch it, put your hands out so that somebody will go find it.
No, he was asking for help. Jackson's pitch goes high on Jet Schwan. Ball 1. 5-4. 3-run rally here in the 5th by the visiting Powell Pioneers. Jackson looks towards second, delivers the fastball. And right now he needs to step off the mound, take a deep breath because he's not happy.
Every year there's a game that's just keeps on giving. I thought we had it in the Cody Casper game, but this one is just nuts.
2 balls, no strikes. Pitch on the way goes high to Jet Schwan, 3-0. There is a place for him out there. So the problem is Tucker Jackson now at 92 pitches. Been out there a while. Tucker throws it into center field.
Whoa.
Made a 360 move. And his center fielder Newman's got to come on. Runners move up to second and third, and that just a big-time mistake. It's Cade Queen now at third base.
You can
Trey
tell he's rattled.
Stennerson at second.
This might be a good time to maybe either infield conference or something, not necessarily meaning a coach needs to go out and talk with him, but maybe some players go out and kind of get him to take a deep breath.
3 balls. There's Jackson. Pitch on the way, called strike 1. So
that didn't even leave the shoulder of Jet there.
Rebounds nicely. Schwan, 2 ducks on the pond. And Jackson now, 12 pitches left in his day, or thereabouts. Will kick, he'll fire. Ground ball toward shortstop. Rodriguez thought about cutting the run, throws it back to first. It gets under Kyle Wilson's glove. That's going to score 1. Cade Quinn already scored. Stennerson comes in and scores. Big inning, 5 runs already across for the Powell Pioneers.
7-4 as Powell stretching it out.
2-run error.
Just like last night. In the 5th inning, Powell catches fire.
So Jason Borders is like, maybe I need to end this Hall of Fame career, pulling his hair out. But his team comes through for him again. Mike Jamison comes out, pulls his guys in, and says, guys, you know, we're still in this game. Wow, what a comeback by the Pioneers. Can you say cardiac kids? Cardiac champions? I don't know what you call them, but they have created a bit of a heart flutter out there tonight for this Powell partisan crowd. So Jackson going to stay on the mound with 94 pitches. Still only 1 out.
Now up for the Pioneers, number 14, Cole Foskey.
2 runs across on that error. I gave it to the first baseman, Kyle Wilson. I thought that was a very catchable ball. We'll see what they officially scored.
After him.
Boy, it looks like it went right under his glove. First pitch called strike 1 on Foskey. That was a good mound visit by Mike Jamison. Next pitch goes low, ball 1. 8th batter of this 5th inning for the Powell Pioneers. Jackson kicks inside, and a great job there by the catcher. Wasmer saved another run. 5-run 5th inning for Powell. Making things happen. 2-1 count on Foskey. Pitch on the way, bounces. Ball 3. Foskey struck out in the 4th, walked in the 1st. Pitch on the way from Jackson. Called strike 2. Foskey 4 or 5 steps toward first, and Powell Pioneer fans did not like that. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Low, ball 4. So the Powell Pioneers will bat around here in the 5th.
Dalton Wurstel.
As now Dalton Wurstel comes to the plate. Runners 1st and 3rd for the Pioneers.
Unless this is a quick batter for Jackson, this may be the last one that Tucker sees. And man, he was having he pitched so beautifully up until this point, guys. Breaks your heart to see it kind of start to fall apart.
Sitting at 100 pitches is Tucker Jackson, and yeah, you know, threw his heart out through the center part of this game, and then just they started off, got a strikeout to start the inning. Then he walked, an error, and then 3 straight singles by Powell, and they were off and running. First pitch, ball 1.
You could say Powell just did what Powell does.
Well, they've scored 5 runs on 3 hits in this inning. Been an error, couple errors on Lovell in this inning. Next pitch, high, ball 2.
This is one of those games where it's a shame that someone's going to come out on the wrong side of it. Both of these teams have played very, very well. Both of these teams are resilient, and there's still a lot of baseball left to play. Only a 3-run game for Lovell.
Grounder hit towards shortstop. Rodriguez going to try to turn it,
Got it
on his own. He turns the double play. Carlos Rodriguez ends the bleeding for Lovell. 5 runs across in the 5th for the visiting team, the Powell Panthers. It's Powell 7, Lovell 4. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
I buckle up because I think about my family and how important it is to know that I'm going to be coming back home to them safely.
My reason for buckling up is that I value safety in my life, and I want to make sure I'm there for years to come for my children.
My reason for buckling up is to get home to my dog.
I buckle up because my wife thinks it's a safe thing to do, and I have 2 beautiful little boys to go home to every night, and I just think it's too important not to get thrown out of a vehicle if you have a rollover accident.
I think about my dad when I buckle up. He lost his best friend from not wearing a seatbelt, so I always make sure to wear my seatbelt so he doesn't lose another best friend.
Five runs in the top of the 5th inning for the Powell Pioneers have switched the fortunes of this game. It's a 7-4 game as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Alex Hedges going to lead off for Lovell. This game not over by a long stretch. Lovell Mustangs need to get a little momentum back on their side. Here's Stenerson. First pitch called, strike 1.
It's going to be a big inning for Stenerson because this is his first clean one. He kind of inherited a bit of a jam when he came in.
Powell has 7 runs on 5 hits. There's been 3 Lovell errors. Here's a fly ball lifted into center. Coming over, making the catch for Lovell. I'm sorry, for Powell is the center fielder who's out there now. Jordan Laura. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Leif Files, the batter, coming in for Lovell. Basically down to 8 outs, so you got to make something happen here. Big cut for Files on a high fastball, strike 1. Blake Wilson waits on deck. Good bunter. Kyle Wilson, a good bunter. He's in the hole. Stenerson's pitch. Waist-high fastball. Files behind it. Strike 2. 35 pitches so far for Stenerson in relief of Cade Queen. Pitch on the way. Strike 3. Nothing fancy there. I'll throw the fastballs. You try to hit it. 1 out, 2 outs.
It's tough here. You're down by 3. Obviously, you had the tough top half of the inning, but if you're Lovell, you got to realize this is still a 3-run game, but it seems like the life has just been sucked out of that dugout.
Well, that was a tough inning. Pitch from Stenerson on the way to Wilson. Goes outside, ball 1. Schwann making it look easy back there at catcher. 1 strike, actually 1 ball. And here's the strike 1 on a foul tip by Wilson. Count evens up 1-1. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th.
Well, Jace, by the time this thing's over, looks like the only thing that'll be open will be McDonald's for us again, bud.
Yeah, that's where I ate last night, too. I'm surprised Jace didn't go down and pile on the ice cream. 2 balls, 1 strike.
What?
On Blake Wilson.
What?
He could have. I mean, he's basically been sleeping over here for an inning.
Sleeping?
Here's Stenderson. Ball hit out of play by Wilson. Strike
I'm the
2.
one who told you who the center fielder was, buddy.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You're talking in your sleep. I appreciate it.
Talking in my sleep.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch low and outside to Wilson.
What a great day.
It's been fun. Fun working with you guys.
Can't say the same.
We keep it light. There's a foul ball out of play toward the parked vehicles. Where is that Toyota Tacoma?
Right behind us and a little farther back.
Right. That's good. Don't park on the first baseline.
No, who would
Pitch
do that?
from Stenderson. Strike 3. That'll do it. Jet throws it down. Queen's like, what are you doing, man? That's 3 outs. Struck out 2 in the inning. Powell 7. Lovell 4. We're on to the 6th inning. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
Explore Logan, Utah. We've got so much awesomeness, I don't know where to begin. Your hotel is only 10 minutes from the gorgeous National Forest for hiking and biking, birdwatching, and wildflower spying. Logan is Utah's heart of the arts with more than 253 live professional performances this summer and free concerts every weekday. Catch the Garters Market and tons of festivals and fun. Head to Logan. You won't break the bank on less than a tank. ExploreLogan.com.
The crew of Rocky Mountain Yeti have found themselves searching the wilderness for the elusive Yeti, traveling through the rugged terrain in one of their premium rides found at Rocky Mountain Yeti. Coming up to a clearing, the crew finally gets a glimpse of what they've been searching for, the great Yeti deal from Rocky Mountain Yeti. Visit today and see why legends are driven. 100 Wasatch and 130 North 3rd Street, Evanston.
Winner's bracket game here on a Sunday night. Winner moves on. They'll play tomorrow at 7 o'clock against the Cody Cubs in the game of the unbeatens. Loser will play Evanston tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We'll start the day tomorrow right here on mylocalradio.com with Torrington and Casper.
Oh, boy.
And that'll be a fun one. Evanston and possibly Lovell at 4. We'll see how this game turns out. And then could be the big matchup, the marquee matchup. The rivals, Cody and Powell, tomorrow at 7. We'll see. Right now, Powell leads at 7-4. Here's Tucker Jackson throwing to probably his last batter of the game.
It'll definitely be his last batter because we're about to see pitch 105.
Aiden Greenwald steps in, struck out twice in this game.
Got him.
And he gets hit. So with pitch 105, that's Tucker Jackson's got to think, well, that's kind of the way it felt tonight. Just went out and did my best, and it just didn't work out. So
His best was darn good tonight, though.
Carlos Rodriguez is going to come on in relief as Tucker Jackson deserves a clap from the crowd. He works 5 innings in this ball game and gives up 7 hits. Tucker Jackson, nothing to hang his head about. 1 bad inning. There's that 5-run 5th. Carlos Rodriguez will come on in relief. And the Lovell batter is going to be Kyle Wilson. Nope. Lovell's in the field. It's been a long day.
So
it'll be Jordan Laura.
Yep.
No outs here in the 6th.
All right.
Rodriguez get about 7 warm-up pitches. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was just trying to figure out what the situation is on the defensive alignment as Game Changers updating it. Looks like
Jackson went to center field, I believe.
And then they brought in Lake Files to play shortstop, it looks like.
Yep. So just moving things around a little bit. Rodriguez going to come on. You got to wonder how many pitches he'll throw because Lovell's got that 4 o'clock matchup possibly tomorrow, or they could be playing Cody tomorrow night. You need a guy like Rodriguez tomorrow, no matter what happens in this game. 'Cause that's your season.
Yeah. If this score holds up. If you come back and win this, then you've got a little bit of breathing room, but
you'd like to see Carlos get a chance starting a game. So no outs. Runner at first base as Aiden Greenwald represents the final player that Tucker Jackson is responsible for. Jackson throws 105 pitches, gives up 7 runs on 5 hits. There's 3 errors behind him, so he had 3 earned runs behind him. One of those was a 2-run error. Stepping in, Jordan Laura from the left side. Aiden Greenwald with the lead off first. Here's Rodriguez's pitch. Low and inside, ball 1. Brock Johnson on deck. And if you're Jordan Laura, you know you're going to get good pitches because Brock Johnson waits on deck. It's a great position to be in. Laura squares to bunt and bunts it foul. Coming on, Leif Files came in from third. Hedges moves over to shortstop. Defensive alignment for Lovell. Files at third. Hedges at shortstop.
We'll get it done.
Count goes 1-1 on Laura. Can hear everything you're saying.
Oh.
Here's Rodriguez in the stretch. Pitch on the way, fouled on the bunt. It goes right side. You see that young guy, he wanted to run on the field and grab that foul ball. So has Aaron been listening to us, making fun of him?
Yeah, pretty much. He was just looking at everything, making sure it was all looking good.
He's probably mad at me.
No. He was just questioning.
7-4 ball game. Count goes 1-2 on Laura. Boy, that pitch right down, maybe a bit low on Laura. Count 2-2. If it's any darker up here, we're going to have a lamp.
Right.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez pitch. Strike 3. And Laura looks at called third strike.
For the Pioneers, number 15,
1 out.
Brock Johnson.
Here's Brock Johnson. Pretzel just sat down in front of us. I don't even know if there's people attached to it. And nachos. 1 out. Brock Johnson, your batter. Johnson in this game, 1 for 3. Reached on an error and scored in the 5th. Flew out to center, singled and scored in the 1st. First pitch, ball 1 on Brock. Here's Rodriguez in the stretch. Brings it 3/4. That's about as close to sidearm as you're going to see in a ball. Strike. Count goes 1-1. Pitch on the way from Rodriguez. Will go low. It'll make its way to the screen. And moving up to second, Aiden Greenwald on the wild pitch. So Greenwald at second. 1 out on the Pioneers. 2-1 count on Brock Johnson. 1 out. Powell hoping to add insurance runs here. Johnson, foul ball left side. Count 2-2 now on Johnson. So looking into Jason Border's crystal ball as manager of the Powell Pioneers. Do you bring Johnson tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah.
Winner take all game?
Of course.
not quite a winner-take-all game, but it means you only got to win one on day 5. Absolutely. I'd be very shocked if we don't see him tomorrow.
It's a winner in the championship game. That's obvious choice right there.
All right. I don't mean to be Mr. Obvious there.
Well, you are being, Cody. Gosh.
You guys came back quickly.
Goodness.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rodriguez throws ball 4, and it gets away from Wasmer. And now runners first and third. 11 pitches by Rodriguez. And
Next up for
got to
Powell,
wonder if
number
Jameson's
1,
watching that pitch
Ethan
count.
Welch.
If they score another run, if he brings another pitcher.
Let's see, that would make this a 4-run game. Basically, you can't be beat by a single swing of the bat if you get 1 run in here for Powell.
1 out. And the batter is going to be Ethan Welch. He singled and scored his last time up. You turn down the volume over there, Jace?
Bro, I wish. I have to sit next to him, bro. I don't know what you want me to do here.
Just unplug it.
Just pull the plug.
I can do that if you want. Don't think people would like that.
No, here's Rodriguez. Pitch on the way, grounded toward third. Nice play by Files. He'll throw to first. They throw to... Boy, they tried the double play. They went the long way. Run scores for Powell. They nearly roll the double play for Rodriguez.
Up now for the Pioneers,
Great job by Leif Files.
25, Queen.
So Files, Aiden Greenwald will score from third. Brock Johnson thrown out at second. 2 outs as Ethan Welch reaches on the fielder's choice, and Welch had to put every bit of energy into that run to get to first safely. Rodriguez hoping to get out of this now as Cade Queen steps in. 1 ball, no strikes. Queen, big cut, fouls it out of play. Heads right at Cars. The collective groans out of the Powell crew. They're like, I wonder if he paid his insurance premium this month.
Concession stand. Thank you.
Queen, 1 ball, 1 strike. Rodriguez pitch on the way, breaks high. Ball 2. Bottom of the 6th. Top of the 6th, excuse me. Powell, the visiting team. Rodriguez pitch on the way, goes outside. Ball 3. Count goes 3-1 on Cade Queen. Queen in this ball game singled and scored his last time up in that big inning. Grounded to third and struck out. Pitch on the way. Queen hits it high. Boy, and the second baseman just couldn't get to it. They'll throw it back in. Great job throwing it toward the catcher by Blake Wilson. Second baseman for Lovell.
Up for Powell, number
Jacob
20,
Bischoff just unable to get there.
He almost made a heck of a play there.
Yeah, that's a tough play, especially for a second baseman.
He had to run.
You go back to the 2014 College World Series, Arkansas had a similar play like that where second baseman goes over. It's always the left fielder ball he can get to, but it's the hardest play in baseball.
So Queen with a single moves Ethan Welch to third. 2 outs. There's Rodriguez. Fouled to the screen by Trey Stennerson. Boy, and you think you get one guy out, you minimize the damage. The next Pioneer comes up, and it's another All-State player. Rodriguez, pitch on the way, goes low and inside. Ball 2. Actually, ball 1. So count 1-1, 2 outs. 19 pitches for Rodriguez. 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Big cut for Stennerson. Count now 1-2. Rodriguez comes set. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3 on Trey Stennerson. He couldn't believe it. 3 outs. So Rodriguez minimizes the damage. 1 run across on 1 hit for the Powell Pioneers. It's Powell 8, Lovell 4. This is the 2024 Single A E-State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
The strategic plan for Uintah County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uintah County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Eight-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th as Lovell comes to the plate with batters 8 and 9, 1 in the order. So Kyle Wilson singled, reached base on an error when he bunted his way on base. He'll step in. Stenerson's first pitch called strike 1.
Stenerson made pretty quick work in the 5th.
Carlos Rodriguez finishes the 6th with his 21st pitch.
There's the cool air coming in.
Big cut for Kyle Wilson, yeah.
But you know what?
That cold air coming that quickly sometimes means hail. Let's hope not.
Do not say that.
Stenerson.
Up for the Mustangs, number 2, Matthew Newman.
Every time I say something that might lengthen the game, Elan just loses his gasket, man.
You think he wants to get McDonald's?
No, I'm talking about I don't want to get in a hailstorm. I did that at the rodeo in Pocatello this year. That was horrible.
There's a foul ball back to the screen.
Inside?
I'm sorry, I started laughing.
No, it was an outdoor arena.
Matthew Newman. Yeah, but you had your cowboy hat on.
It got messed up. Trust me.
Cowboy hat, you're basically inside.
Outdoor arena, hailstorm.
I walked
2 days before y'all got there.
In Pocatello, I walked in, and this guy was talking head on the air with his cowboy hat on.
Oh.
And I go, who is that? It's Elan. And I went, no, really?
No.
No.
No. How many syllables is in that one?
No.
3.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's a fly ball lifted into center field. Drifting under, making the play. Here's Powell, 1 out. 2 outs, sorry.
There you go.
I had it already.
That was Jordan Laura.
Number 13,
Jordan Laura with
Jacob
that catch.
Bischoff.
Back to the top of the order, Jacob Bischoff, who nearly made a highlight reel play at second base the last inning. Had to run behind first base on the dead sprint and almost caught the fly ball. Called strike 1 on Jacob Bischoff.
I think Stenerson agrees with me. It's time to go get some food because he is throwing strikes like he's wants this to be done.
He's like, let's get out of here.
Here's a foul ball. It'll go out of play.
Well, I kind of to hurry up.
Right field line.
We got an hour and a half, but stuff
We're going to have to hang
11.
flags off the ropes tomorrow night because
what was that?
It's not even making an impression with fans. They're going through the ropes, no matter the age. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Strike 3.
Stenerson comes set. Pitch on the way. And a called strike.
Wow.
And that one up shoulder level. But it counts. 3 outs, 3 up, 3 down. Powell 8, Lovell 4. We're going on to the 7th. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
At Uintah County School District Number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District Number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors, where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Pitching change for the Lovell Mustangs as Cash Wasmer comes on. He'll take the catching gear off, hand the sweaty stuff to Carlos Rodriguez. And Rodriguez.
I would hope Rodriguez has a different size catching gear because
I think it's the same helmet that Wasmer was wearing. Hopefully you're right, because it's no fun to put on somebody else's catcher's gear. 8-4 ball game as Rodriguez and Wasmer switch places. 8-4, and as it stands right now, Torrington and Casper will play at 1 tomorrow. Evanston and Lovell likely will play tomorrow. And then that 7 o'clock game. This place is going to be rocking, guys.
Oh,
Cody
man.
and Powell.
I can hardly wait.
It'll be a blast.
If I didn't sleep so poorly last night, I'd probably say I'd probably have a hard time sleeping thinking about it. But
did you guys check for bed bugs in your room? Do you ever do that?
Elan was there.
Wow.
Love you too, Jace. Love you too.
By the way, bed bugs is 2 words.
Syllables?
1 syllable. Each word. All right. Here's Wasmer.
Are y'all okay?
That was brutal, man. Jet Schwan stands in. He skies it. And coming in at second base, making the play, is Jacob Bischoff. 1 out.
You know what that one was? You know what it was? It was a home run in a
Now
silo.
for Powell, number 14, Cole Foskey.
That's the laugh I'm going for.
1 out here in the top of the 7th. Jet nearly hit a plane in the air with that fly ball. There's Wasmer.
Jet almost hit a jet?
I don't think he'd hit a jet. The Jets go too fast. But
I mean,
unless it's the New York Jets.
The jet could hit the ball.
Wasmer. Low, ball 2. 2-0 count, 1 out.
We did have an aircraft yesterday.
You did. That was actually really cool having
It
the
was.
flyover during the national
I didn't
anthem.
even see it. What flew over?
It was a World War II of some sort.
That's cool. That's really cool.
It was a flying
Count
squirrel.
on Cole Foskey, goes 2-1.
Some guy was riding it.
Hit out towards second, and making that play, Jacob Bischoff on the low liner. 2 outs.
Now up for the Pioneers, number 6, Dalton Worstel.
So both outs by Jacob Bischoff, and 2 outs. Wasmer's came on, throwing strikes. What are you doing? Here's a fly ball hit towards center. Coming on, making the play is Matthew Newman.
3 outs.
And that'll end the 7th inning for Powell. Lovell coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. Nice job by Wasmer. Gets out of it quick. That's given somebody state tournament experience for next year. Powell 8, Lovell 4. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
Our community. We love it, we live it, we support it. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their participation in sports. You're champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong, successful financial habits. You got this. We're here for you. Trona Valley, member NCUA, TronaValley.com.
I buckle up because I think about my family and how important it is to know that I'm going to be coming back home to them safely.
My reason for buckling up is that I value safety in my life, and I want to make sure I'm there for years to come for my children.
My reason for buckling up is to get home to my dog.
I buckle up because my wife thinks it's a safe thing to do, and I have two beautiful little boys to go home to every night, and I just think it's too important not to get thrown out of a vehicle if you have a rollover accident.
I think about my dad when I buckle up. He lost his best friend from not wearing a seatbelt, so I always make sure to wear my seatbelt so he doesn't lose another best friend.
Carlos Rodriguez leads off the bottom of the 7th, and the count goes 1-1 on that called first strike. So 1-1 count. Stenerson going to finish it off for Powell. Here's a grounder right side, picked up by the second baseman, Jordan Laura. 1 out. 2 outs to go as Carlos Rodriguez
Lovell, number
really
19,
beat out that
Tucker
play.
Jackson.
He never stops hustling. He
Ethan
knows
Welsh
the end is near of his high school career. He knows.
Oh, you're a poet. You didn't know it. Career is near.
Heck of a play there by Welsh over at second.
I hope you choke on your quarter pounder tonight. First pitch.
All right.
Strike 1.
Goodness.
1 out. Big cut by Tucker Jackson. Strike 2.
So far tonight, I've made lighthearted jokes, and I have been called a zero and been asked to choke.
Boy, and Stenerson delivered a pinpoint fastball.
That was close.
Just outside, ball 1.
If you can't tell, we like to have fun.
I think we're tired. Here's Tucker Jackson. He'll lift that hit out into right field, drifting in, making the catch. Is the right fielder Cole Foskey. 2 outs.
Pull him before 60.
So 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 7th, pitcher Cash Wasmer comes on. Wasmer. And Jason Border's going to come out. Only 8 pitches thrown. Are they going to make a pitching?
Well, that's 59.
They're going
to stop him before 60.
Guess who's going to throw the final out?
Brock Johnson.
Brock Johnson. Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
59 pitches actually saves Trey Stenerson for Wednesday.
Wow. So now you've got Queen, you've got Stenerson, and you've got Laura available for Wednesday. You might be looking at Laura available. He'll be available Tuesday.
Wasmer's like, why? What do you mean, man?
Really?
Brock Johnson going to throw.
Well, let's just keep it here. Watching him throw warm-ups is fun.
You want to hear something funny?
What?
So today, Powell, they started a queen. Now they're playing an ace. You get it?
I sort of get it, yeah.
It's a little over your head, so it makes sense.
Still doesn't equate to much. If I have a pair of 2s, I beat you.
If I got a full house.
No, there's a full house here tonight.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Ed Lynn Memorial Field. Brock Johnson.
Imagine a walk-off if you have Queen hitting a walk-off home run in a full house.
It's an interesting strategy. It gets Brock Johnson on the mound.
Warms him up.
Let him get warm, and he gets to face a batter. Comes back tomorrow and starts against Cody. You know, the Cody Cubs are gone now. I'd like to bounce it off them here, but
they were camped
out
gone in front of us for a minute.
Well, I guarantee you. Obviously, it's not, but it's also, hey, look, Cody, this is your opponent tomorrow. Have fun. Congratulations. This is what you have won for.
Number 1, Cash Wasmer.
So Cash Wasmer steps to the plate. Brock Johnson. It's not a save opportunity.
No.
Just an opportunity. Well, we had a save last night in a 10-4 game, so get off my back.
Started when it was two runs.
Gee whiz.
What type of
You're on one right now, dude. Chill out.
There's Johnson in the windup. First pitch on the way. Fastball fouled out of play, and Wasmer says, I'm just going to swing for all my might here. He's probably faced Brock Johnson before.
Oh, yeah.
Johnson, big leg kick, brings it. Ball 1. 1-1 count.
The velocity he has on his pitches are just unreal.
Johnson going to pitch in college at Central Arizona. That's It's one of the better junior college programs in the Southwest, and now he'll call Schwann out. What do you bet he says? Let's meet after the game.
So McDonald's?
Let's go to McDonald's. Let's make Elan and Jace wait.
Let's make Cody wait.
I'll see you there, boys. That's all. If that was the plan, I'll see you there.
Johnson, 1-1 count.
Ooh.
Yeah, he nearly hit Wasmer in the head, and Wasmer's like,
bro,
dude,
come on. Well, you could tell from the reaction from Brock. He's like, oh,
my bad.
Did not want that to go where it went.
2 outs, 2-1 count. Pitch on the way, big cut,
Ooh.
strike 2. That's got to be up near 90 miles an hour, guys.
They got the gun on him right now, so someone has got that answer.
It's one of those Mattel guns.
Oh.
Pitch for Johnson, 2 strikes outside.
I was about to say, somebody has a gun on him?
Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
I'm getting tired, guys, if you can't tell.
Here's the pitch from Johnson. Strike 3, swinging. That'll do it. The Powell Pioneers will meet the Cody Cubs tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Congratulations to the defending state champions and also to the Lovell Mustangs that gave them a great ball game tonight on mylocalradio.com. We'll be back with the postgame and hopefully a visit with manager Jason Borders. Powell Panthers move on. 8-4 final over the Lovell Mustangs. Powell Pioneers move on. Dang it, you messed me up. 8-4 win tonight over the Lovell Mustangs. We'll be back. This is the 2024 Single A State Tournament presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com.
At Y-Hi, we're with you is more than just 3 simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're Y-Hi. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
I buckle up because I think about my family and how important it is to know that I'm going to be coming back home to them safely.
My reason for buckling up is that I value safety in my life and I want to make sure I'm there for years to come for my children.
My reason for buckling up is to get home to my dog. I buckle up because my wife thinks it's a safe thing to do, and I have 2 beautiful little boys to go home to every night, and I just think it's too important not to get thrown out of a vehicle if you have a rollover accident.
I think about my dad when I buckle up. He lost his best friend from not wearing a seatbelt, so I always make sure to wear my seatbelt so he doesn't lose another best friend.
Welcome back. Post-game show here on mylocalradio.com. The Powell Pioneers tonight, 8-4 winners over the Lovell Mustangs. And Powell will move on. Tomorrow's broadcast schedule will go on the air somewhere around 12:30 tomorrow as Torrington and Casper play in Game 9 of this state tournament. Evanston and Lovell will play in Game 10. Those are 2 loser-out affairs as 2 teams leave today. 2 will leave tomorrow, and then 7 o'clock tomorrow night, the 2 teams that are 2-0, Cody and Powell, will meet at 7 o'clock. And it'll depend on matchups as to who plays then on Tuesday when 2 games are played on day 4. Winning pitcher tonight is Cade Queen, who, let's see, does he win the game tonight?
I think
it's going to be Trey
gets the win, yeah.
Yeah, Stenerson's going to get the win. He pitches 3 2/3 innings, leaves with 59 pitches, and Trey Stenerson, our winning pitcher tonight. And then Brock Johnson came on, pitched to 1 batter, and Cade Queen went 3 innings to get it going for the Powell Pioneers. On the other side, Tucker Jackson will take the loss. He went 5 innings, gave up 7 runs, and he just got in a quandary there in the 5th inning as the Powell Pioneers scored 5 runs on 3 hits in the 5th to take that lead that they would not squander down the stretch. Powell wins it tonight. Cade Queen goes 2 for 4. Trey Stenerson goes 2 for 4. Brock Johnson 1 for 3. Ethan Welch 1 for 3 in the ball game. And I don't know if
we're going to try to get him.
Is he up here?
He's talking with a Mangold right now, so we're waiting in line.
Final score 8-4. We'll take one final break. You want to stay here?
Yeah, we'll just keep it here. We don't have a break.
We'll stay here as all the breaks have been handled. 3 games tomorrow. It'll be games 9, 10, and 11. Already 8 games in the books. And, today was great baseball. Yesterday was kind of what you expect, high seeds, low seeds. Lovell, I believe, was the only low seed to advance yesterday.
Yeah.
And then they gave it their all early on in tonight's game before Powell, with that 5-run 5th inning, took the lead.
We had a little bit of everything. We had a late comeback from Evanston in game 1. We had a absolute offensive explosion in the Torrington Gillette game that Torrington ended up taking. And then we had an instant classic in Cody Casper, and probably the birth of a rivalry, to be honest, because Casper came out and they proved that, hey, we're going to go toe-to-toe with the big boys, the famous names in single-A baseball. So keep your eye on the Drillers. They didn't make the noise they wanted to at state last year. They're making noise today, this year, and I think that game tomorrow, Casper and Torrington, is going to be fascinating. And then we had just the wildest affair here between the reigning state champs and the Lovell Mustangs. Again, it felt like Powell's kind of the present of single A baseball. They have the biggest names, the biggest stars, the names that when you think about single A baseball, those are the names. Brock Johnson, Cade Queen, Jet Schwan, Trey Stenerson. And Lovell's, they're on the up, and they're on the up fast.
Yeah, very good young team, and guys like Tucker Jackson came out, threw his heart out tonight, just had a couple bad innings. The 1st and the 5th were what got him for 7 runs, and that's the way it goes. Baseball's a tough game. Somebody's going to lose, somebody's going to have an off night, somebody's going to make a mistake, and none bigger than that fly ball lifted out into center field by Trey Stenerson that was not seen by Matthew Newman. And you feel bad for a young player. He just didn't see it. He threw his arms up, and then the runners took off because they knew that the ball was going to fall.
Well, here's the good news for Lovell. They're not out. They still have another game. They're going to play Evanston to stay alive, as Cade Queen looks like he's running through the sprinklers in the field right now.
Sprints. Running after a start is a good thing because it'll get that lactic acid out of your shoulder, but Queen running sprints between 1st and 2nd in the postgame. Reminds me of a different Cade Salisbury from Riverton, Xavier Webb, who's now a college basketball coach. When their football career was over, Elan, they came out in our postgame show in the playoffs, and they were playing catch with each other, just like they'd grown up right down the block from each other. Cade's probably running because Rocky Mountain College told him he needs to be in better shape when he gets there, because they start fall ball as soon as he arrives in Billings.
Jet, you mean?
That was Cade Queen running, I believe.
But Jet's going to Rocky. Jet was going to Rocky Mountain College. I think Cade Queen is going to.
I'm sorry, Cade's going to Montana State at Billings.
And it looks like we're going to try to get Coach Jason Borders trying to fill some time as he's fulfilling his interview obligations with the local media, of course, the Hall of Famer Scott Mangold. But, man, it'll be interesting to
He's coming out.
Get his take on this one. As
we'll get Borders hopefully coming over here on the post game.
Coach.
Borders.
Getting pulled in all sorts of directions.
Here you go.
It's like the press room at the World Series. You got to go one place, then you come over here, right? Joining us now, Jason Borders, manager of the Powell Pioneers.
Coach, do you and Mike talk on game day?
Yeah.
What do you talk about?
Everything but probably baseball and what we're going to do in the game. But no, man, he's one of my best friends.
I know he is.
You know, he's like a little brother or even a kid of mine. I mean, we've been together for so long, and I love him to death. But we are tight like family. His little girl, she told him we were going to beat him today, and you know she loves Coach Borders, and I appreciate that. But
you guys had to come from behind again. Another big inning required. 5-run fifth.
Yeah.
Did you pull your hair out, right?
I don't have any. It's all gone. It's all gone. No, you know, but I don't want to rely on those big innings, but we've kind of done that all year. We've kind of been that team that early in the year we'd score in the first couple innings, and then we'd take the third, fourth, and fifth off, coast a little bit, and then have to turn it back on in the sixth and seventh. Now we're just having those big innings here and there. But, yeah, I mean, we got cut down on our errors. I mean, shoot, I think we've had 9 errors or something like that, 10 errors in the last 2 games. And, you know, good thing is we're still beating people, but we got to clean that up. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's these big crowds, you know, they're just tight, but we just get in situations where we just start kicking the ball around and it just snowballs. And I don't know quite how to stop it. You know, I can go out and talk to him on the mound and try to calm him down, but we got to clean that up or we're going to have a long road.
Whole different atmosphere during state. I know you guys play your home games in front of, you know, maybe 50 partisan fans, a few parents, and then you host state, and it feels like you got half the town here.
It's different, you know. And, you know, we had a big crowd last year in Sheridan, and I was so thankful for that. But being at home and no gate charge, you know, Club Dauntless was awesome for doing that because people could come and not pay $50 a person, you know, and for the week, and we can get a crowd like this, and it's been great, you know. I love it, you know, that they're loud, they're behind us, and it helps a bunch.
Well, Coach, first off, let me be the first to introduce you as Hall of Fame manager Jason Borders. I did not get a chance to say congratulations yesterday, so congratulations on that. We really appreciate everything you've done for not just us, but for the sport in Wyoming. First question, what can you say about Lovell tonight? I mean, it feels like you guys are your upperclassmen, your big names. They're going to be gone after this year. Lovell, they kept bringing a lot of people back. It feels like that is a team on the rise and one to really take seriously and keep your eye on.
It is. And you know, I've coached all those guys when I was in Lovell. We were starting some of those guys when they were like 13-year-olds in varsity, and so I have a good rep. You know, a good. I'm tight with them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And, you know, they're quality baseball players. They really are, you know, small towns, but when they come together, you know, they're going to lose the Bischoff kid, JB, and they're going to lose Carlos. And who am I forgetting? There's one more senior on that team. Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, but they've got that good nucleus of Tucker and Leif and Alex and, you know, this Wassemer kid behind the plate's he's going to be a stud. He is a competitive kid that, you know, he fights back there. He's not going to let too many balls get by him, and he's going to get better. But, you know, the one thing Munch has going for him is he has lower numbers to where he has to play those younger kids at the varsity level, so they get so much experience. It's kind of like the Hawks right now with the Sixers. Mm-hmm. You know, they're going playing Double A, and that's making them better and better, and that's making the Sixers better, I think. And, you know, he's going to have a nucleus next year of seniors that have been in big games and are going to know how to win those big games. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to be tough.
You mentioned that playing in front of the crowds and of this size and games of this magnitude at home has been a bit of a challenge for you guys. Tomorrow, it's not going to get any smaller. It's going to be almost a neutral site game with Cody.
Yeah. We brought a bunch today.
Yeah.
You know?
How do you guys kind of talk and kind of get ready and get into a mentality that maybe things can kind of clean up a little bit more despite the attention on the game tomorrow?
Well, I hopefully just playing these last 2 games, we'll calm down a little bit, and it won't be, 7 o'clock games under the lights are just big. It's like Friday night lights in football. They're big games, and you get big crowds, and there's just a little different atmosphere. And we've got to learn to play with it. We did last year. We played those 7 o'clock games last year, and like I said, I don't think the crowds were as big. I don't think teams traveled as much to Sheridan as they have here. But we just got to come out and play Pioneer baseball, clean Pioneer baseball. And if we do that, like I got great infield. Like we should not make errors like that. It's just I don't know where it's coming from. We haven't done it in weeks. We've had times early in the year when we were putting guys in positions because we were hurt and we were beat up a little bit, and they weren't used to playing in those roles. But for the most part, I got my starters out there. We should be not making those bad plays, and we are, and hopefully we clean it up in the next couple days.
I asked these guys when you put Brock out there for the last out, said, so who do you think starts tomorrow for Powell? And they say about yelled me out of here. They've already made your decision for you, Coach. Why do you bring Brock in there to throw one out? Is it just to kind of give him that, just get him out there?
So we rebuilt this mound. That's not the reason I did it, but we did rebuild this mound before state, and he hasn't thrown off of it. So I did want to get him on the mound before we throw him in a big game. But no, we had a cushion, and I don't know.
Sure.
Why not throw Brock?
Well, we all enjoyed it.
I didn't get to use him much last year at state, so I was going to make sure I get him in a couple games this year. But it was just one of those things. It was an easy switch. Put Trey. Trey used to play a lot of short when Brock pitched a couple of years ago, so he can. He's our center fielder, but he can still play infield.
Well, and that saves him for Wednesday too. So.
Yep. Well, so I don't know what we're going to do pitching wise yet. We're going to
see. I told you.
No, I honestly don't. We'll have a team meeting. I let the boys have a little bit of say in things. We sit down every night and talk about what we're going to do, who we want to throw. I like them having a little bit of say in things because then they own it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the last 2 nights, these guys that are throwing are who they picked. So, if they want to go Brock tomorrow, we'll go Brock tomorrow probably. But if we want to save him for the next day and see if we can get by Cody, we've just kind of been chipping away at these guys, not throwing. We did throw Cade for a while today, but we'll have him back because we only kept him at 45 or 50, something like that. So yeah, we'll see who you got to call tomorrow. But I really don't know yet. Brock,
class act, Jason Borders.
Brock told me he was going to throw the third day because that was the day Cody thumped us last year, 17-0, and we win that game, we're automatically in the championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? Yep.
Yep. You're right.
So he did tell me he was going to throw the Wednesday game about a month ago. So we'll see.
I'm guessing he carries a little weight in that team meeting.
He does.
Right.
They all do. That's the thing. There's 9 seniors on this team, so they all have a say. You know what I mean? They all have their own ideas, and they talk it over. And we talk. They talk to Corey and I, and then we kind of make our decision, the final decision. But we do let them have some ownership in it.
That's cool. Coach Jason Borders, hey, congratulations.
Hey, thank you,
Hall
sir.
of Famer.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good to see you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll have another game under the lights. Final score here tonight, the Powell Pioneers 8, Lovell Mustangs 4. Any final thoughts?
I can't wait for tomorrow. I mean, Evanston playing Lovell. What pitching is available for Evanston. I think that's going to be a very, very good game. Torrington-Casper is fascinating to me because Torrington almost caught Casper for that number 1 seed. So they're going to get to go head-to-head. And then how can you not be excited about the nightcap tomorrow? I mean, you felt the electricity in the stadium around Lovell and Powell. It's going to be cranked up to 21 with Powell and Cody.
Well, and you get a good game, also the middle game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You get your Evanston team with a
Yep.
chance to continue on in this state tournament. They've got a realistic chance to move on. Lovell has got to rebound quickly.
Yeah.
So we're going to get out of here for Elan Ollif, for Jace Andrews, and I never did hear any jokes like he promised in the last inning. I'm Cody Beers. Have a wonderful evening. This has been a production of MyLocalRadio.com. Pal Pioneers, Cody Cubs tomorrow night at 7 for an automatic trip to the state title game here in the Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for